think the rain is actually going to stop. That's a fantastic thing. Just getting set up here, guys. I want to make sure all right. Slowly but surely, we'll be going live very soon. I'm sweating. It's hot. I'm trying to make sure I keep a YouTube on my phone here also, just in case my camera all of a sudden doesn't... Oh, I think people think my old message is my new message. Okay, hopefully you know I'm coming live right now. Right now. There's a 40-second delay, and I hate that, but it is the way it is. So hopefully, starting, come on. I'm just waiting for it to come into live right now. And once we get in, okay, we're good. My phone won't keep going off. All right. Hello, everybody from Rojas City, which, by the way, I'm just going to start off by there. Thank you, guys, for the ones that commented early on. Canadian Kuya, as usual. I got sick about 3 days ago. I was going to a birthday party, and I was already starting to feel like pepper throat, that kind of thing. So I went and like fist bump everybody and said, listen, I'm sure I'm getting something. And everybody was cool with that, so they were fine. And I kept my distance, and we only stayed for a short period of time. I just wanted to show our love for Suzette for her 60th birthday. And then we had a massive night at the Beaver. Luckily, Catherine could be there because I just kept getting sicker and sicker. And then, well, the next 2 days, I haven't really been able to do anything. So anyway, that's why I had to reschedule the live to now. So if you're joining me now, yes, it was scheduled for this morning, but I woke up and I was, now I know it's morning for most of you. I get it. But for me, it is 10 o'clock at night. No, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock at night right now. And I was hoping, because I have a 5,000 watt LED lamp here. And it, like if I walked out on the beach, I can see forever. I can just keep walking and walking and it's all lit. And I'm the only thing lighting this part of the beach. And yeah, but you can't tell in the camera very much because I have so much light in here. But it should be a cool view. It is. When you sit here in person, you're like, oh, this is amazing. And right now the beach is really, really far out. It is starting to come in, so maybe during this it will come in. Turn that way down. I still want to hear it, but not coming on the mic. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining. I was waiting for more people to jump in. So anyway, the t-shirt, we have a new one now, and it didn't fit me. I have to get the other one from the shop that does fit me. So I don't think it's reversing now. See, Rojas City, boom, home of the Beaver. There you go. There you go. I pinned the link in the description. Even if you're in the U.S., well, if you're in the U.S., Canada, whatever, some other country in the world, and you can't come to the Beaver, you can still support the Beaver a little way by getting this. The crazy thing is, you know, the prices on them, I'm going to show you right here. And you would think, oh, you must be making a fortune. No, these companies take all the money. It's, you know, you get a couple dollars. We actually make a little bit more money if you buy it in person for a much, much lower price. I think about $10 US. Anyway, so yeah, these are the Home of the Beaver ones. But then we also have, these are just one-sided ones. And they're Drink Beer and Pet a Beaver. And then these ones are all the Canadian Beaver Rojas ones that we have. Oh, there's nothing on the back of these. Not like our staff. Anyway, so that's the website's linked in the top. I'm not going to turn this into a commercial, so I'm going to turn that off now. But hey, you can get mugs on there and like beer glasses, stuff like that. Stuff we can't sell at the Beaver because we don't have the supply for it. Anyway, so thanks for joining, guys. It's been, like I said, being sick and everything kind of sucks. Tomorrow we go back to try to solve little Laura's passport issue by fixing her PSA birth certificate. We had some people visiting from Iloilo that are helping us out, and that's fantastic. And we're going to be picking up Laura at the same time. And this week is our Masbate trip. And we leave Saturday. We wanted to go Friday, but there's no ferry until Saturday. So Masbate is straight out, you know, as the crow flies, not that far. But as the ferry goes, I don't know, it'll be probably 4 or 5 hours. And Masbate is quite a large island. If you look on in the Philippines, it's a pretty big island. But the city we're going to, Masbate City, I guess. Actually, I don't. Yeah, I think it is. The airport's right here. The stadium's right here, where they hold the biggest and I think the only rodeo in the whole country. And I don't mean like, they got a sheep and something else or whatever and a goat. No, no, they do it. Like everybody in town has cowboy hats and cowboy boots and everything. And we ordered Lara these cute little cowboy boots and a little cowboy hat, and we each have one now too. We got them in because all the cowboy hats that we have at the shop are for the employees. Anyway, so super, super, super duper cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I love rodeos. Like my childhood was in Saskatchewan, and I had. Oh, I see your super chat. I'm waiting for it to show up in my chat here. I think I'm gonna have to refresh this. Sorry guys, there's going to be a little flash in the screen, but that's okay. It'll be just 2 seconds. And there we go. Thank you very much, Eric de Cruz, for the 2,500 pesos. If you guys don't know, that is a significant amount of money. That is like $50 Canadian. That's really amazing of you. Unbelievable. Thank you for that super chat. That's so cool. So yeah, we're going to a rodeo. I hope if you guys can travel right now and you want to go somewhere this week, come to Masbate and come to the rodeo. Our friends that have that resort in Antique, they are thinking about coming. So maybe, maybe not. I know they were like, oh, because they were going to go to Cataclan, but it was like a 16-hour ferry, and they're like, hell no. There are flights, especially if you're near Manila or Iloilo, you can fly in, and you're literally right beside the stadium. Right there. So yeah, you can't miss it, and I'm looking forward to it. So it's going to be fun. Let me get to some of your comments here before I go on a million other topics. All right. Let's see if we got some actual questions here. Good morning to all of you, though. That's really awesome. Eddie, Matthew, Family Guy. I miss that sweating and just sitting and doing nothing. We'll be there in November. Yeah, right now it's cool. I just came out of a rainstorm. I had to close this. The wind was turning this tarp like all the way like this. We were getting pelted, and I'm like, no, I'm starting a live stream. But it finally chilled out, and now we're okay. Now we're okay. But anyway, it's much cooler, so I don't feel too bad, and I'm literally wearing long sleeve. Well, it's thin. So yeah, it's not that hot right now, thankfully. Good afternoon, all. Okay. Hey, Eric. And Eric is also a member. That's why he shows up in green here. Thank you very much for being a member. And Helen, who's been a member since forever, like the other channel, everything, like always been a big supporter of mine. Thank you very much, Helen, from Scotland. Thank you very much. Yes, it is raining. I hope the sun will shine. Yeah, so right now we're in a quandary for our 21st, if you don't know. On the 21st, we're going to have a massive bash, and it is for our 1-year anniversary. We have a ton of people coming. We're going to have bands back to back to back to a DJ at the end. And the issue will be the tide and then weather. We have a lot more under the roof space, so it's less to do with the weather, but more to do with the tide. It's looking okay on the weather because we're going to get this storm period of a lot of rain for the next 7 days or so. But that means after that it won't be here, so that's okay. But the tide, because of the moon shape shifting and everything, those 2 to 3 days around my event has the tide coming in super early. Where normally the tide, or late I should say, the tide usually comes in maximum 2 or 3 o'clock if it's at that time of year. And then it switches the very next day. It's like, nope, 6 o'clock. And the very next day after that, nope, it's going to be 7:30, 7:45 high tide. Well, that's kind of in the way of me. I was hoping the tide would start coming out around 2:30 like it does nowadays. And we can set up the stages at 3 and be starting the music at 4 o'clock and go all the way till the tide starts coming in around 1 o'clock in the morning. So now we got to figure out what we're going to do with the first part of the bands until the tide starts to go out. Then we can, in their break, have the employees shift everybody out back onto the beach and have more space because it'll only get busier throughout the night. So anyway, we're figuring it out. The yard beside us might go out to another event. It might be rented out by San Antonio. And if that happens, we don't have that option. And that could be a little difficult. So anyway, we're dealing with it. Hello, hello. Hi, good evening. Sorry, Roger, by the way. Anne from Hong Kong, from Capiz. I will visit your bar. Thank you very much. I hope you do. Coming over to Cebu in November. I'll be coming for your food. Fantastic. Hey, Smurf Crusher. Yeah, I'm glad a lot of people got sick. It was just not a huge one. It's not like, everybody said the same thing. Yeah, sore throat, snotty, got over it. A couple days, everything's good. Thank you very much, King and Richard. Should have put I know, I should have put a beaver in a bikini. Hello, Michael. Glad you're doing better. Thank you very much, Michael. Dutch off-grid homesteading. Hey, nice to catch you live. Thank you very much. How's your homesteading going? I believe you actually have vlogs on that too. Yeah, it's not me, Tom. That, like I said, you come here in person and they're 600 pesos. But those websites, like they give you like $2 and they charge those crazy prices. I don't know. What am I going to do? Tom, if you have a company that ships all over the world and provides it, then you could make a killing selling them for $16.99 or something. But that is, I think, $2.20 goes to the beaver from that sale of shirts. So that's why I know I don't want people to buy it there. But if people ask and they say, "Listen, I can't come," they can buy the shirt. But if you come in person, 600 pesos. So not $8. No, it's $10, right? $10.12, 50 cents, something like that, American, if you come to the beaver. And we still get them printed in small quantity. We buy the shirts, bring them in, then we go and get them printed, and that's why our costs are even that price. Is this your first rodeo? No, I was a child, my friend. I was chasing chickens. Have you ever seen that at a rodeo where they let the kids go out and they have to try to catch a chicken? I was one of those kids. Remember, I had no electricity, no running water, no anything when I was a child. I want to make sure my camera isn't froze. Where are you with the new branch of the Canadian beaver? Right now, nothing came up that was jumping out. And nothing that could be affordable, everything else. Like, I know if you spend money, you can make money, especially on a top location and everything. But then if I don't have that amount of money. So yeah, right now it's been a focus on our 1 year anniversary. Everything has been focusing on this because nothing went, oh my God, I have to be in this one spot. There was one place I was looking at that somebody sent me, and it was in Alona Beach. And a friend of mine was going to send it to their lawyer that was local to go take a look at it and everything. But I think it was too much money. So it never went anywhere. Hello from Georgia, USA. We'll be in the Philippines for a month in 1 week. Wish I would be near you on the 21st, but I have kids and we will be in the family in CDO. We'll make it there one time. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Eric, see you soon. I'm looking forward to it, Eric. Thank you very much. Once again, thanks for the super chat. Thanks for vlogging my wife's hometown. Watching from Singapore. Fantastic. Matthew, hey, Michael. Matthew from Dallas. Glad you're feeling better. Thank you very much, Matthew. Feeling a lot better. Yeah, right? Like, who knew there was a rodeo in the Philippines? Not me, until when I did find out, it was already just passed. And so I've been so excited to go to this rodeo, and I'm looking forward to it. Do they have a sale on steaks? I've never been. Don't know anything about Masbate. Never even been to that island, my friend. So I'm about to find out, I guess. Good afternoon from Qatar. Wow, amazing. I'm coming to visit. When is the best time? Just not this weekend. I'll be at Masbate. Come on the 21st for our anniversary. You're going to meet. We have a lot of vloggers coming. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm looking like super forward to it. Texas Filipinos coming. Frank and Fell, of course. So this will be their second year in a row. I'm hoping there's going to be others. Somebody I'm going to talk about in a minute. That he's getting an invite from a friend who has his number. I don't have the guy's number or anything. Mike's Filipino Adventure. He said, "Oh, I'm going to tell him to come," and I'm like, "Okay." It was Tom. I was going to ask him. So because Mike Philippine Adventure just did a video recently where he said that foreigners are leaving in droves out of Dumaguete, and that their actual choices are like Iloilo and even Rojas City. He even mentioned. I think he even said it was like the top one, which is obviously super cool. I like to see the mention when we have the, you know, the beaver here. Obviously, it's going to be very helpful to have more people, more customers. Yes, please. But you know, then I read all the comments in his video, and the thing is that a lot of people they do talk about healthcare a lot. And so, you know, yes, if you are somebody who is consistently, not consistently, but at any moment you could have an issue, right? You have maybe some chronic issues, or you have, you know, you've been already warned by the doctor that your times are coming, your blood pressure is really high. My blood pressure is high, but I take medication, it keeps it great. But certain things, you know, where you're very close to having that potential, you really should, to be very honest, should be choosing to be in a place like, well, Iloilo is really good, by the way. They have Medical City, Metro Iloilo. So even St. Paul's is a great one. Then the brand new Asia Pacific is like super advanced, modern, you know, hospital, and unlike there's no, it's not a Mayo Clinic or even somebody help me out here, the one that's in St. Luke's in BGC, where they can pretty much do everything, right? Every type of surgery, you know, all the different things, everything from a neurosurgeon to heart surgeon to everything. So with Iloilo, with their more advanced hospitals, they will have, you know, a hospital that specializes in one or the other, and they're all 15 minutes by ambulance from each other. So one could stabilize you, race you over to the other one. And so, you know, there is a really, really good idea. It really is. If you don't want to be, you know, in BGC, you don't want to be in Cebu is another place, that kind of thing, in these bigger cities. You know, Iloilo, I believe that would be a fantastic place for you. If you are the average person, or like myself, if say I had a heart attack or whatever, well, hospitals know how to deal with that, you know, pretty good. Can they do a quadruple bypass and a new heart valve? I don't think so, but maybe. But let's just say they don't, and I don't know. The new Asia Pacific hospital that was built in Kalibo is an hour and a half from here by car. So by ambulance, maybe quite a bit less. So they just, again, stabilize you, get you there, then you could have your surgery. If not, then Iloilo is 2 hours by ambulance. So they are good options, but if you're really that concerned, I agree. Do not be in a provincial town or city like this. This is a small city, 180,000 people. Go to a place that you can be 15 minutes walk maybe from St. Luke's, being in BGC or Makati or something like that. And Makati Medical is another really advanced hospital that's out there too. So yeah, so I did, but that was the vast majority of the comments. They're really only talking about healthcare, and then everybody else was talking about, you know, forget the Philippines, go to Thailand, go to Cambodia, go to all this stuff, and that it's expensive and all that stuff. And everything is relative. It's true. It's more expensive in Canada. It's more expensive in the U.S. It got more expensive here too. How is Kat and the daughter? Catherine is at the bar right now, and she's doing great. And Lara, we go pick her up tomorrow in Gimbel at her grandparents, and so she's doing good too. Doing great. We're going to get our passport settled. Not that we have a trip planned for out of the country with Lara yet. You should wait and have it in January. Yeah, it's the 1 year anniversary, so it is what it is. Sorry, my friend. By the way, thanks for the membership there, Brian. Appreciate it very much. I'm getting a little stuffed up. Still getting over this cold, but other than that, it's pretty much gone. 10 past 2 in the afternoon. Wow. And we got anniversary, rain anniversary bash. Sounds fantastic. Oh, well, let's hope for no rain. It kind of sucks for people to sit in the rain. But it's true. Bring your bathing suit, and maybe you can just enjoy the rain. Why not? Yeah, I looked at the long-term forecast, and we're getting it heavy from now up for the next 7 days. So we should still be good, but I appreciate the negativity, but I'm going to go with the positive side of things. And so far, I think we're going to be pretty good. I think we'll be okay. We do have some tents coming and everything, so we will have some, like the band will stay dry, and then we have enough roof space now so we can keep everybody under the roof. Hey, Mike, do you want to stay in Rojas City when your lease is up? Yeah, so we're going to stay in the Rojas City area. And I say area because, we can't, there really is very little available on the beach, and it's very pricey, out of our price range. So let's just say that. And anybody who wants to rent is snapping up these things. All you foreigners coming here. No, I'm just kidding. It's not the foreigners, even Filipinos. And then there's very few available on the beach because you can make too much money in a place like this, renting out your house on the weekend and getting 10,000 pesos a night. So they only have to rent it 3 or 4 nights a month, and they're getting 30, 40,000 pesos. They put some real basic furniture in there because families will book it out and invite all the cousins and everything to have a beach day or a beach weekend or something like that. And you see them all the way down here, and they just make too much money. So how much could you offer for a monthly rental that they would take, right? This was an Airbnb here, and he was making about 20, 30,000 a month. He gave it to me for 20, but I've sunk a ton of money into it for him. So he obviously did well by it. And he doesn't have to worry about renting, he doesn't pay Airbnb and all that stuff, but we're talking much more money these other ones are making. So we're thinking some land up in the mountains facing Rojas City, so maybe still in Rojas City, but something like that with a view or a view of this, but further up, and some more space. We don't have to listen to the modified mufflers racing by or something like that. It's really early thoughts right now. It's not that. I'm still planning to do the condo in Pueblo de Panay, but that was only intended as an investment and rent it out on Airbnb. That is my intention, and I want to get it pre-built when it will be super cheap. Which by the way, I got news now. It'll be maybe 3.5 months now. It was 4 months 2 weeks ago. So in 4 months, they're expecting it to. They can start doing the pre-sales on the condos. The building permits will be all done by then. Neville, hey, another member. Thank you very much for being a member. Neville, hi, Mike. How are you, mate? We are here at Philippines trying to go to the Beaver with the family. Fantastic. Come on down. We don't leave till Saturday, and then we'll be back Monday. So we're only gone really short, and it's just because of the boat. We were going to go much longer. Oh, the Kampanga review and collaboration. Hello from Perak. Oh, Perak, Pampanga. I remember you guys. Roger, can't wait to see Little Miss Rora. Yeah, my God. We're going to deck her out, right? She's going to have the jeans with the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat, and I don't know what kind of shirt her mother's got planned for her, but yeah, it's going to be fun. Family Guy will buy a couple, and I'm there in January. Fantastic. So there you go. If you guys have just joined, these are the new shirts. It's Rojas City and Home of the Beaver. Because I'm the only one that does tourist shirts at all in Rojas City. So maybe people will be like, oh, I'll buy a tourist shirt. And they don't even realize they're just advertising for me. Why not? We just got them today. Oh, thank God, Robert. Robert, one of these days you have to come. And the reason is I am not sick and tired, but I am overexcited to finally get rid of all our doubles that we've been collecting for a very long time of fridge magnets for you, my friends. See, Robert here let me stay in his apartment when I had to go to Bacolod. Back when I was dirt broke, after my breakup with my ex and everything, and I gave her everything and started from nothing. And it was a lot of people that helped me out in the beginning, and Robert was one of them. And I said, well, what do you want in exchange for letting me use your place? Stay at your place. He wasn't staying there, by the way. He was out of town. And he said, get me some fridge magnets at the places you go. And so I've got several fridge magnets all sitting on my fridge. They're all doubles. So the doubles are Robert's. And I'm waiting for you to come and visit. Have you ever thought of a loyalty program for your customers? Yes, we are actually thinking of that. It's so easy to make an app nowadays and stuff like that. So I might get an AI to make us an app, and then we don't need paper and counterfeiting or something like that, that kind of thing. Ooh, Tater Duke. Thank you, Trader Duke, $10. Hello from Texas. You're like good, looking healthy and always love your energy. Thank you. Have a coffee on me. This is your $10 coffee. No, I'm kidding. Thank you very much. I enjoy. Hope to eventually visit the Rojas at the Beaver in the near future. Thank you very much, Trader Duke, another person who's been a member of this channel for a very long time. And you know what? It's not just because like on other channels you become a member and they get so much access to like all these behind the scenes or something. They get something super special, and I get why they're members. But my members are extra great because I really don't give them very much, and I tell them that. Actually, it's in the membership opening video before you become a member, and I just tell you that I'm trying to give as much content to everybody, and so I appreciate being members, and once in a while maybe or there'll be something there, but for the most part you're just saying, hey, I'll support this channel, and I appreciate you very much. So thank you. It means extra special to me that you're even a member. So thank you, Trader. I'm going to try not to snuff too much because I know you guys can hear every little thing. I'll come by in person. Thank you very much, Tom. Fantastic. Bonjour, cousin. Bonjour, cousin. Tabernacle. Ça fait de temps. It's 20. I don't know. It's like 26 maybe. 26, 27. Oh, it's been so long on my French here. I embrace. It's not Bianca, by the way. That's my ex, my friend. I don't know if you've been away from the channel for a while or something, Pool, but it's Catherine. So embrace her for me, I know. But maybe you meant Catherine. I love your beautiful family. To give you new happiness to your kind single mother. Oh, yeah, so you do know it's Cat. It just got the names mixed up. Kiss from France. Merci beaucoup, mon ami. Have you ever thought of branching back a lot? There's a lot of places, just like Iloilo and all these places that I'm sure it would do good. But I was looking for low-hanging fruit. I was looking for tourism, where literally every day, airplanes nonstop are delivering new tourists every day, and they're all walking by a same area. That's why Lona Beach attracted to me. That's what like Boracay is, for example, where it is, yeah, it's going to be a little pricier to get in, and depending, and too expensive in Boracay, but it's not going to take the same amount of effort as in a location where you're competing against all the other restaurants for the same customers, because they don't change that much. A few new people come to town and a few visitors, but for the most part you're competing against local audience. Tons of advertising, marketing, push. I'm looking for a place where I'm on a strip where tourists just come by, walk by, and trying to choose a place. So you have a good ambiance, action, you do good decor, everything. You just give that good feel to the place, and of course good food and service and everything, and they'll just come in. And so that way I'm literally looking for the low-hanging fruit. That's what the only reason why there's so many places. I'm sure it would do really well, but that's what I was looking for, because it's going to be hard to run two places. But if I had a place like that, like the Beaver, we're coming up with things every week. Okay, let's do a promo on this, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. Come up with different combinations of things. We're always doing stuff to attract people to come into our restaurant or find out about it in the first place, because there is very little traffic on our beach. You come here, you'll see, especially during the week, there's really nobody going by. And on Sundays, even Saturdays, the beach is packed, but they're generally people who pack their own food and picnic there. They're not going into the restaurants and spending the money. There's some, don't get me wrong, but the vast majority, that's what they do. They bring their own food and drinks. Was it flooding around the Beaver restaurant? No. Things are going good now. The East Trough's working now. The roof is doing good. We're going to do a couple more NEPAs where we need them in different places, but for the most part, that's it. I think I got this, but thank you again, Brian, for becoming a member. Thank you very much, Tom. Tony, hi, Mike and Kat. Hello. Whoo! Wurtem Bumler. Whitenbummer? Dietlef. Sorry, I'm really terrible. Oh, regards, Dietlef. And Melita, thank you very much. My German is so bad. All I know is Guten Morgen, wie heißen Sie, and I don't think it's Morton there. I think it's evening, and I don't remember what that one is. Anyway, thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. Hola from the... Oh, am I frozen? Nope, I'm good. I'm good. Hello from the... Hola from the city of Eternal Spring, Colombia. Fantastic. Is cat coming alive? No. Sorry. Sorry, Family Guy. She doesn't do well with the negative attacks and stuff like that. And she got attacked pretty bad on the live last time. Not so much on the live. The live she actually didn't. But on the comments afterwards. And I think she lost her appetite for lives. Yeah. I'm going to have to skip over some. Hey, there he is. Texas Filipino. I was mentioning you not long ago, my friend. I know. Oh, the comments are too far behind. That's good. Welcome, 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 brother. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much for promoting the beaver in your videos recently and saying to come meet you here. So that's really great. Looking forward to it. How do you manage your personal business cash? Heard that it's a lot safe to keep big amounts in low. Well, personal and business cash. Well, personal, I don't really carry a lot of personal cash. In the Philippines, you have to always carry cash. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like I walk around with boatloads of money or anything at all. And when it comes to the business, so the money that we make from the night before first goes to shopping the next day. Pay for the beer, replenish supplies. Every single day that happens. The difference, well, that's for labor and all the rent and utilities and all that stuff for the end of the month or whatever. That gets handed over to us, and then we just put it into the bank. A lot of people pay nowadays with their bank account or Gcash, that kind of thing. And so that automatically goes into the bank. And if people buy on Food Panda, which is like, because we don't have Grab here. Well, we do, but not Grab Food. So Food Panda is the one. So we get some of that. That all goes directly into the bank. So generally, everything goes into the bank. And anything else, we don't really worry about it, no. There is the FTIC or whatever, FDIC. There is that version of here, the same thing. Keeping in mind, we're only barely profitable now, so it's not like we're talking huge amounts of money. 3 out of the last 4 months, we eke the profit. So we're happy because we lost a lot of money before that. So that's actually a very positive thing. Jose! Hey, Michael, what's up, buddy? Looking forward to getting back in September. You know what, Jose? Thank you. I was hoping you'd make it for the 21st for our big party, man. Yeah. Jose's great. Every time he comes to the Beaver, like, everybody lights up. He's so very friendly guy. Gets along with everybody. And, looking forward to seeing you, brother. September it is. Looking forward to it. I love how you're coming in rainy season. We could always use more customers in rainy season, right? Trying not to make too much noise here with my sinuses. My gosh. I follow your vlogs religiously. Would like to visit Viva one day soon. I hope so, Tony. Thank you. How hard is it to get to Manila? 100% disabled veteran. I need easy access to Manila VA. Hey, as long as you can fly a 45-minute flight, I think it's about 45 minutes max. Yeah, it's like 30 really, but assuming you got to get on the plane, it takes some time. The airport's right here. Like 2.5 minutes from the airport to the Beaver, to give you an idea. Like, it's really close. Brian, looking forward to a visit at the Canadian Beaver, moving to Rojas. Fantastic, Brian. Good. Oh, by the way, I should mention, I'm going to sneeze in a minute. I'm going to probably take this off so I can. There's 5 flights a day right now to Manila, and we're looking to improve it. I've had a meeting I've spoken to the congressman, and who is newly elected out here, and he said, he's secured funding for expanding the airport, extending it, all kinds of stuff. So we can get a lot more flights in here, not just to Manila. So I'm going to sneeze, so one sec, guys. Okay, or maybe not. Oof. Get more stuffed up the later it is getting in the day. I think that's standard though, right? Yeah. Hey, it's me, Sissy. Good morning, or good day. Hi from Montreal. Bonjour, bonjour. Comment ça va? Hi, I hope so. I hope so, Paul. Thank you very much. You know, I never knew how long it was going to take me. I used to have 133,000 subscribers on the last channel, right? And I was like, I wonder how long it's going to take me. But I'm very happy I got that 91,000. And I don't know, how long has it been? December of the previous year when I started. Even though the channel's older, it was a channel I started but didn't upload. So 16 months, 17 months? Yeah, 17 months, 16 months, sorry. 16 months now it's been. And, oh no, I was right. 17 months. Okay, 17 months, 91,000. That's pretty damn impressive, I think. Very happy. Yeah, the VA, like by the way, anybody has problems, I do have contacts with the VA people here in the Philippines. They've come to my bar and they said, here's my number if anybody's ever having any issues or anything like that. The thing about the VA is it has to be service related, right, for it to be covered by the VA. And so whatever injuries you got from that or PTSD or whatever you got in the Army, or sorry, Army, Navy, Air, so on and so forth, that's what they cover. So now if you have like the newer people, oh gosh, can somebody maybe mention here, what's that? They have a health insurance now for like people that served after Iraq War or during Iraq War, something like that. And it's not coming to me. Anyway, there is Medical City does accept that, and yeah. Is there air ambulance here? Yeah. Well, the hospitals have them, so yes, definitely. And there's the airport here. They'll probably be coming from the Kalibo to here, though. They stay at the hospitals. So you're driving right by here. Yeah, I'm going to Gimbal, but we have to go to the PSA office. So I don't think we're going to have any time tomorrow because we're going to be at PSA trying to get Lara's birth certificate settled and dealt with, and then getting to her parents in time to then get all the way back to Rojas City in a reasonable time. And also, we're building the house for the in-laws, right? I'm not married, but you know what I mean. Catherine's parents. And so we'll be checking on that too. And I want to see it during daylight hours. Don't like driving the motorcycle in the middle of the night either. No rental car for this time. But so we'll see. But I don't think this is the right time. I think if I'm going to come and see you, it should be booking your place overnight. And we're going to stay there and we're going to check it out and we're going to enjoy it. By the way, I saw your pool is under construction. I think I want to wait for that. Plus, it's slower in rainy season anyway. You need customers, so I'll be your customer. Hi from New Jersey. Thank you very much. Hello, hello. Hello, mate. One ever. And I don't even remember where I was. I think it was at Boracay. And it was this small. It was just this tiny little like garter snake sort of thing. I've never, oh no, in Iloilo. And everybody said, no, you didn't, but I put it even on, can't remember what it was, like on TikTok or something. And it was, the groundskeepers were cutting away one of the subdivision lots. And they found a cobra, like a king cobra, like, you know. And they just started beating this thing and dragging it onto the road and trying to kill it and everything. And yeah, it was pretty comical to watch, terrifying for them, I'm sure. And they killed it. And of course, they kept it. So, you know, they probably ate it. But yeah, that's it. I saw it from a distance. So I knew it was cobra because I was 30 feet away or whatever. I was sitting on my balcony and I just see these guys freaking out and jumping all over the place. And I'm like, what the hell's going on over there? And then I see like they threw it out on the road and it's still like, you know, doing the head up thing like this, and they start beating on it. But they're pretty rare. But yeah, considering 3.5 years I've been in the Philippines, and that's all I've ever seen. And I've been like all over the place, climbing up mountains over in some areas and stuff like out in the provinces. Not that common. When I was in Costa Rica, I saw them everywhere. I was in Mexico, I saw them everywhere. Hello from Ontario, Canada. Hello, Benny. There you go. I'm from Mississauga myself. Wow, everywhere. Barrie, Mississauga, Guelph, just everywhere. I can't even think of them all. Brantford. This year, Dad and I are moving from Australia to the Philippines by October. Salamat po. Fantastic. Yes, we have entire families to book our whole place or just rent the beach hut for a decent sum. Yeah, exactly. You can get such good money for that. It's just a common thing here in the Philippines as a family to save up or pool their money and just rent out a house and put 25 people in it and just party it up for the weekend, and there they go. And that's their big vacation for the year, or family get together, that kind of thing. And it's reasonable because there's, say, 15 adults, right? And they rented it out for 10,000 a night, 20,000. So it was 600-700 pesos, something like that per person. I missed this, but you're going to Masbate rodeo. Yes. Tim is trying to figure out how to get there. From Cataclyn, the boat's way too far, or too long. Iloilo, apparently last-minute flights, too expensive for what he was willing to pay. And there's no boat from Iloilo. There's a boat right here, 2 minutes from my house, from our port, that takes us there in 4 or 5 hours. It's a fast cat, so maybe it's even less. They shouldn't get the time, but it should be something like that. Maybe it's 3 hours, I'm not sure. But anyway, leave Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, something like that. So we're going to come back on Monday. I'm going to look at condos when I'm in Rojas City next week with my wife. I'm getting close to retirement. Really want to get out of the pressure cooker. Yeah, you know what, King Joseph? I'm just going to save you a ton of money here. Just come talk to me. So as you guys all know, and I'll get hate by the people who make money on this, there are middlemen for everything. So if you would like to avoid those middlemen, contact me. I know where the condos are. And I will put you in directly with the owners of the building, or the builders of the building or whatever, the original sellers. No middleman, not some person. As a friend of mine has said that is in that real estate market, is most of the agents here, the owner will say, put that for sale for 10 million pesos. And they go, okay. And then they go and they put it for 14, and they plan to keep the difference. And they're just trying, but the owner wants it sold for 10 million, and it includes the commission, and they go for more. So yeah, keep away from those middlemen. It might still be a real estate agent you're dealing with, but you're not going to get a middleman who's just bumping it even more. So when you stop in, ask for me. Text is in the chat. I know he's popular, very popular, and I appreciate him very much. Laura has everybody. Okay, she comes to the bar, and everybody brings her gifts. Don't bring her chocolate candies, please, guys. But people bring her coloring books and beach toys and hats and shirts. And Lara is fan favorite. Okay, I tell everybody she's more famous than me, and I'm not famous, but you know what I mean. Lara is adorable. Everybody loves her. She breaks everybody's heart when they have to leave the Beaver. Yeah, definitely. Iloilo versus Bacolod. Oh, I'm terribly biased, I guess, because I've never had a good experience in Bacolod. Sorry. It just felt, I lived in Iloilo for a long time, but even now I don't live there, so I'm not going to have that. We all put blinders on or whatever they call it, and that you first defend your decisions that you made in life or whatever. And I try to be self-aware so that I don't do that. And so even if I look back on it, I'm like, no, I just couldn't get it. Like, if you understand Bacolod and you get there, in the port, especially if you're coming from Iloilo, you're just going to take the boat over. And you're at this area where SM controls a big part of it. Okay, so there is that, and they've got some buildings there. SM builds those condos. Not going to say more than that. And their mall is there. And then the downtown that really isn't very well developed yet and everything. And at night, it gets kind of scary-like. Okay, like, it's the first time I ever seen like 10, 11, 12-year-old kids. And I've heard that they've started to crack down on this, to be clear. with a curfew like Iloilo. Iloilo is curfew for children. Anyway, these young kids, 10, 11, 12, earrings all the way down here, blocking your way to get into the 7-Eleven, acting like tough gangsters, that kind of crap, you know? And so I felt, and like, it just felt like not very well lit streets and everything, and I just felt like my first time in the Philippines doing that. I've walked all over in the Philippines, and I've never felt that before. So that plays a part into my decision making. And then, so then you go from there, and then you got to go pretty far away to get over to this Festive Walk. So it's not like walkable, you know? So Mega World, which is like Festive Walk. It's Mega World owns Festive Walk also. And I can't remember what their Mega World area is called. And so they've got their own little bubble they're starting over there, but it's not quite that developed. As you'd get really bored pretty easily. And the traffic around it is really terrible, even if it's good inside that bubble. And then you got over here, back to the SM, over here, then you've got the Ayala Corporation, Ayala. And they have nice malls all over the Philippines. So they seem to be an upper scale side of the thing, right? Well, they have their mall there, the Capitol building there. It's quite nice. The park is nice. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of beauty in this. But, you know, it's a bit of a jaunt to go back and forth. You kind of have to go through some dark streets with no sidewalks kind of sort of thing until you get there. And then you've got all, again, you know, some more of the dark street sort of things. It just feels like, yes, there are pockets all over. Then Rockwell, sorry, that is another one. Rockwell is up here, and they're building a massive, like, their own BGC sort of thing up there. Very high end, very expensive. When I went there and filmed, the guy was explaining to me subdivisions are $40,000 per square meter. I've never seen that kind of price in this part of the Philippines. Maybe it is in BGC or whatever, Makati, but $40,000 per square meter is an outrageous price to me, but they sold out. So clearly it's not. Anyway, and then you got Mega World has another section up there where they have their subdivisions. Then you go over to Talisay after that, right? But it just felt like, I don't know, it doesn't flow, it doesn't. So when people come to Iloilo, what they find is everything seems to flow really well. Not perfectly, not saying it's perfect, but the city has built this walking system through the whole city, even where there's still nothing, right? Subdivisions that haven't even got started, they have this huge amount of interlock brick that goes up, and it's all part of this esplanade, and they've connected everything. And now they built the Sunset Boulevard where there's going to even be more stuff, and everything's so clean. The rivers are clean. You know, everybody who goes there experiences this. So that's why I say it goes ahead of it. Sorry, that was a really long thing, but I wanted people to understand like where I'm coming from, my perspective. I'm not looking to attack it or anything. My experiences, I had difficulty making it feel like it's all one place. Iloilo feels like almost all one place. Don't get me wrong, you go to Molo, it has a different feel, but you walk over a bridge, you're in Molo. You know, you just like a walking bridge that's very popular, especially at 5, 6 o'clock at night, from the Esplanade here. So you're in that Smallville, you know, area, which is, you know, Aviva and Mega World. Everybody's all in that, and you can just go there and you're Molo, beautiful. And if you go from Molo, it's a bit of a distance to the beach area. That's true, because Molo is quite large, and then Arevalo is the next one, and but that's kind of like the suburbs, you know. So people don't mind that. But even all the way up to Pavia, so if you know Iloilo very well, where a lot of the subdivision malls are up there, they have the Esplanade going all the way to the edge of it. Do you see any expats bringing their dogs from the States to the Philippines? Yes. Do customers bring the dogs to the Beaver? Yeah, you can bring your dogs to the Beaver. Of course you can. Yeah, we're very dog friendly, completely dog friendly. A lot of places, even the shopping malls here, but they require diapers, doggy diapers. You can bring them into the mall. So, but not all restaurants are going to allow you, and sure, that's possible. But definitely, the Beaver is 100% no problem with it. And as for people bringing it from the States, I know people bring it from Canada and the United States. You just Google it. You'll see what is required. You know, it's the usual. You got to have all the shots, the vet certificates. Then you go to, like when you're bringing them in, you have to. I think there's somebody cleared at the airport or something like that. Your airline will deal with that. And then when it gets here, you do that. But they do not allow, here in the Philippines, there's none of that, you know how you can bring your one animal on the plane with you sort of thing? I can't remember what they call that. They don't allow that kind of stuff here. So they're like, nope, it goes underneath with the other animals, you know, where the other dogs and cats or whatever. And so a lot of people choose to use a ship, like take one of the ferries from Manila to here, so that they don't, their dog or cat or whatever doesn't have to go in a cage in the pet area underneath with all the luggage sort of thing, even though it is only a 30-minute flight, so they still don't want that happening. And so they will take the 12 or 17-hour ferry, depending which ferry, which destination you go to, and they will take their dog that way because their dog area is, you have to put them in those, carry-on cages, but you could go down and let them out and hang out with them and sit with them and everything else for the whole trip if you really wanted to. Hoping they're to be there toward the end of the month. How about the 21st, Robert? Just saying. Thank you very much. Thank you. People will come from all over just to see the big brown beaver. That's right. Thank you, Ralph. If I ever pay for a membership, I'll have to give the first one to the Filipino P. Oh, I understand that. She's great. Let's see. Scotty. Good morning, longtime follower. Since the first video you put out. Well, that's a long time ago. From San Diego, California. I'm a Filipino American, 50 years old. Haven't been back since I was 12. My wife and I recently had a conversation. I hope, oh, here it is, you're going to continue it. About retiring in the Philippines as soon as the kids graduate from school. Thanks for the inspiration you've been putting up. Thank you very much. I don't know how many times we're going to put somebody on, and they all say the same thing. Like, now that I'm here, oh my God, I don't want to go back. That's the most common theme here is, it's paradise. It really is. I get it. Like, you can't think of it like 10 years ago, everything's so much cheaper here, blah, blah, blah. I know. You can't do anything about it. The whole world's kind of changed that way. But it's still extremely affordable. If my friend Richard can still live here on $400 a month, yeah, it's not super hyper modern living or anything. But if he can do it, you'll be good. Got another super chat here. Hey, Mark Vance, thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat, Mark. That's really awesome of you. I'm going to click like on that. I'm going to keep you on the screen for another minute. So anyway, I was saying earlier about Mike's Philippine Adventure. By the way, if you, Mike, any of the other vloggers want to come, please. Tom is going to send you an invite, by the way, Mike. But I saw his video there where he's saying foreigners are leaving Dumaguete and why they're not choosing Dumaguete and why they're choosing places like Iloilo and Rojas City. So yeah, I definitely want to hear from people that live there, because I know a lot of people are very happy living there, and I get it. You ever been up to like Valencia or Darwin? It's beautiful. I also heard, like, in his video there about the cost of living being so much higher and everything. But I don't know. When I look, there's still a lot of things for 15 to 20,000 pesos a month, which, yeah, it's not 10, it's not 5, it's not 7, I get it, but that are pretty geared toward Westerners that I feel like it's still a pretty affordable price for people coming here to retire. Like, there's a lot of benefits. I know people look at the negatives. Oh, prices go up because all the foreigners move in or whatever. And I get it, but then also you have to look at the other side of it, is how much money they're spending into the economy and how many jobs does that create and how many people do benefit from it. And is the answer to have nobody moving to that area, none of the money coming with them, is that better? And I've never heard an argument for that makes sense to me, that it's better to have nobody bringing money from the outside and spending it in, right? Like, people, like in the Philippines, unlike when I was in Albania, for example, you want to get a permanent residency there, you had to get a job or start a business. So you could literally go there and be a waiter, and they will give you permanent residency. So you have to come and take a job from a local, and that's okay. So you haven't added to the economy. You're making the money in that economy. One less Albanian can get a job. Well, the Philippines, you can't do any of that. You can't come here and be a waiter. Sorry, you can't. And so your money has to come from outside of the Philippines, and then you're spending it here. So yeah, to me, it's a lot. A lot of foreigners I know, yes, there are people that come here very stingy, right? Their budget's super tight or whatever, and they're not spending a lot of money. But I meet a lot of people, and a lot of people that come here are not in that kind of situation. They're in a pretty good financial situation, and they're spending 5, 6,000. I've even way more, by the way, 10,000, 20,000 a month, U.S. dollars. Yeah, some of it goes to Shopee and Lazada, and only a little bit trickles down to the drivers. But a lot of these places are also in Manila, by the way, that are selling. And the app is Chinese or whatever, I think. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Filipino. I don't know. Anyway, so that's not a direct impact on the local economy. But when they shop at the market, when they buy things here, and they go to the restaurants that are all local, and all the things that you can get here, you're buying furniture from a guy that you drove by and you went, oh my God, that guy's making furniture, and you're just buying from the local economy or whatever. It's a huge impact that can translate into, let's just say, $2,500 a month, so $35,000 a year. You would need a lot of Filipino locals to move from another province or another town or whatever to come in here to equal that same amount of outside revenue too, by the way, which they're just not going to. So I just learned from that the Canadian beaver is a national animal. Yeah, it's on our money. It's like the eagle. Exactly. Well, we have a loon, by the way. So we have a loon, a moose, and a beaver. Those are our 3 national animals. So the loon is on our dollars, our beaver's on our nickel, and quarter has our the moose. And there's a lot of pubs and bars named after the moose. There's some with the beaver, but not as many. And nobody cares about a loon. Let's be careful. Or Canada goose. I think it's supposed to be a loon, though. Anyway. Nobody's making a bar after the Canadian geese, I don't think. Looking forward to an early retirement and follow in your footsteps. Fantastic. I just like the adventure of it. If you live young, you'll be young. If you live old, you'll be old. It's time and again, people retire, they don't have any purpose, they don't do anything with their life, they're just wilt away and then they pass away. And you should give yourself purpose, find something fun to do. Hey, I forgot to mention from Cape Town, South Africa. Hello, Tony. Well, there you go. Our friend, oh my gosh, what's wrong with me? Alex, no. Oh my God, now I just feel terrible, I'm going to look. Ray, thank you. My brain's not working. Sorry about that, Ray. My friend Ray, who was in Batangas there, he's building that like a resort sort of thing there. He's from South Africa too. Learned a lot from him, actually. When you decided to live in the Philippines, how long did it take you to settle and call the Philippines home? I first moved to Cambodia, then I moved to Albania, then I moved here. And the whole plan was to move to the Philippines, right? My ex was half Filipino. So she had never been here, I'd never been here. But I knew I wanted to retire in Mexico. Not retire, but just leave Canada, get away from the snow, and live in like Mexico, Costa Rica, Colombia. Those are the kind of places. I'd spent a lot of my adult life going many times a year to these type of destinations. And so the Philippines kind of has that feel, right? It's similar. And the temperatures. And so I kind of always knew I was be here. I watched a ton of YouTube videos like all of like what I do, right? And I was always seeking. So when I do videos, it's the stuff I used to seek, just to be clear. It's stuff because I'm interested in that. And so the big thing for me was to try to find a place to live. But it was still pandemic. It was open, but they still made you wear masks everywhere. I lived in Boracay for the first time because I said, okay, I got sick of taking the suitcases everywhere. I'm going to find a home base. Let's pick a beautiful place. Let's go to Boracay. Little did I know yet, they had mask police, and they'd go down. The police would go down 20 wide or whatever, 10 wide, and they would just be fining people for not wearing the mask on the beach. If your toe was in the water, no mask required, no fine. And so you had to keep 1 foot in the water, otherwise you're going to get fined. But it was a pain. No, as everybody knows, doesn't make sense. They don't work outdoors anyway, if they work at all. Sunlight, UV really kills, and it doesn't transmit. So it was stupid. I hated it. and travel was sucking. It was really difficult to travel back then. It wasn't fun because you had to have like a hotel reservation if you couldn't technically live on the island after the fact. Like when I was there, it was this quirky thing, and so I'd have to have a hotel reservation just to even get back on the island. How insane is that, right? And so, yeah, so I didn't get a big chance for maybe 6 months. And then I started traveling around and I got to feel for things. And I started to miss all the things that you can't get on Boracay. And I moved to Iloilo and I really loved it there. If it had a beach, I'd still be there, just to be clear. So, I knew it was going to be home and I'd already left Canada behind. And it had already been a year and a bit since I'd left Canada when I got here. Yeah, the big old beaver. The problem with this rain, though, is we can't put it out all the time. So if you don't see it, that's why. It's because thunderstorms prior or coming up, and we have to, because it's electric powered, to blow all the area into it. So yeah, we'll put it in when we can, and that's the best we can do. Love hearing interesting your vlogs and all the information you offer. It was awesome to see Gino. Hey! Gino, Dazzle TV. Yes, that's great. At the Beaver. Fantastic. Hello, Dean. Thank you for being a member, Dean. Intrepid, great interview with the Newfoundlander. Yeah, he was being real. Exactly. And then the one in CDO, Newfoundlanders are just great people. They really are. Real salt of the earth, down to earth people. William, anyone going around the Philippines, please stay away from South Mindoro. Wait, wasn't I just there? There's a Rojas there, by the way. I didn't know there was any issues in South Mindoro. I was in Mindoro, yeah. I didn't see much there to draw tourism anyway. It was kind of Craig, hello Michael, good evening from Bacolod City. Thank you very much, Craig. Nice to see you. Robert, how do you know Craig? We don't let the praise go. Okay. Listen, I was down there. I don't think you have a lot of foreigners at all, or what do you call it? OFWs, I guess, spending a lot of money there. Maybe, I don't know. But hey, listen, OFWs can move down there, William, and they have just as much money, if not more, because they save really well. They were planning the whole time to come on down. John. Hi from John Love in Delaware, USA, arriving in the Philippines September 1st. Well, it looks like we're going to be pretty busy in September. TRICARE, thank you very much. Thank you. That's what I was talking about. Yes, so Medical City, I know for a fact, takes TRICARE. They have a Guam location, and they can do billing through Guam. I've been watching your channel for 6 months now. Enjoy the adventures and the information you provide. Slowly considering moving there in the future. Fantastic. Thank you, Sheldon. Which bank do you recommend? I've had BDO and BPI. I like them both. They've been great to me. BPI, if you're coming to the Philippines, there is a rule though. If you're using an ATM, use the bank ones. That's standard. Don't use the weird ones in the middle of a street somewhere. If you do, check every little thing. There's risks. But use the banks, right? And there's a rule. If it's a blue bank, it's 10,000 pesos minimum, or maximum, per withdrawal. Not very much money. If it's a red bank, so China Bank and BPI, it gives you 20,000 pesos. So try to find them. You can take 20,000 out of a foreign debit card. And once you have a bank account here in the Philippines, BPI, BDO, any of them really, then you can adjust the limit in your app. You can take out whatever you need. But I think it's still 20,000 per with all the companies. But you don't get charged a fee if it's your own bank, so you just keep taking it out. Hello from Philadelphia. Sorry, by the way, I'm feeling very nasal. I'm very stuffed up right now. It just came on the more I talk. Hello from Philadelphia. Hello, Roland. I visited Anilao. Oh, yeah. And Southern Oriental Mindoro a few times. Never had any issue. Very friendly. I think he just didn't want you there, Ray. He was just saying, hey, don't bring your money to our place. We don't need jobs here. Sorry, that's my sarcasm. Because I told you, I explained why I believe it's actually a very positive thing. And it doesn't raise the prices for everything. It raises the prices for the high-end things. But there's still plenty of places for rent that aren't, Western modern furnished places. Actually, believe it or not. So like when you go to an area like Rojas City, when I first got here especially, there was very few that are at the level that a lot of people are accustomed to coming from the West. Air conditioning every room, the living rooms, the dining rooms, or whatever, the bedrooms, or the furniture that isn't just made out of wood, but has like big comfy couches and chairs and big screen TVs and all that kind of stuff. It that isn't like the average local is not generally renting those. Don't get me wrong, many do. I get it, but as more foreigners move to the area, that market increases. Who do you think is doing that? It's not foreigners building those places. It's often, the Filipinos that are investing the money to build these things up so they can rent them out for 10, 20, 30,000 pesos a month. So that's money into the local economy. Somebody is doing very well for that, and many people do. Hello from Nashville, Tennessee. Hello, Calm Waters. Ralph. There he is. Hello, Ralph. Good evening. Good evening, brother. We're just talking about the beaver. What kind of visa would you recommend for someone like you? Oh, I guess the digital nomad, but it has a 2-year max on it, so I don't know. Just tourist visa until you figure out your life, right? Because eventually you might meet somebody and marry them, and then you'll go on to getting the marriage thing where you can get a 1-year visa every year and just skip out together. So honestly, until you're sure about something, you should just stick to that. And that's another reason why, I always tell people, rent an Airbnb, something for like a few weeks at least. Really make sure. Don't just, I found this one on Facebook Marketplace, I'm going to sign a 1-year contract and I'm going to rent it right away. Because you're probably going to regret it. More times than not, you're going to go, I shouldn't have done this. I should have waited. I should have checked out more places. I should have tried the place out for a week or more. Maybe this place, isn't going to be, it's not your place, right? There's different vibes in every place. You'll start traveling and you're like, I wish I didn't sign a 1-year contract. So, yeah, keep yourself mobile in the beginning, I think, definitely. Any IT park, business park in the area of Rojas City with reliable internet. Actually, the internet's fantastic here in Rojas City. I am far from my house right now, right? And I test my internet before I go live. I don't have it open right now. I was going to show you. But yeah, my speed test came in at about 100 megabytes up and down right now. If I'm in my house, it's a gigabit. A gigabit. Literally a gigabit. That is so incredible, right? And so, yeah. Oh, look at this. Tim T-Man sent 10 Philippines Life invitations. What the heck? All right, I'm going to put that up in a minute. So I would like to work remote. You are going to be fine. Absolutely fine. I use Westford L. Westford L is just as good, if not better, than the others. And the reason being is they bring in Globe, they bring in PLDT, and they bring in another one. I can't remember what the other one is. And they're like a reseller. But the price is fantastic, what I pay, right? I think it's 1,600 pesos a month. And I get crazy speeds. At our farm, which I have somebody hired now, so I don't go there very often. I get almost a terabyte. Or terabyte? Am I getting this right? No, gigabit. I get almost a gigabit up and down there. It's in the middle of the country. So, yes, there is an IT park. It is actually for AI and it's one of those free trade zones if you start a business there. I think it's definitely IT. I just can't remember if it's AI and technology or whatever it is. It's one of those. And so that's where the condo I'm going to be buying, the pre-sale that'll be available almost 4 months from now, 3.5 months. And there are condos already for sale in that area, rent, lease, whatever. So yes, there. But I'm going to be honest, the whole city, you can get Westford L, for example, and you're going to have no problems. Fantastic. Thank you again. There it is. There it is. He sent 10 Philippines Life gift memberships. So welcome 10 people who will be luckily randomly drawn by YouTube to be members. So thank you very much. That's awesome of you, Tim. You're very cool for that. Appreciate it very much, Tim. Good evening from Bahrain. Wow. I've stayed in Bacolod, but wasn't a fan. Yeah, there you go, David. It wasn't good for me. I'm sorry if I'm falling behind in comments. I'm going to go a little faster. Hello from Austin, Texas. Just up. Thank you very much for being a subscriber. Enjoying seeing you and your family there. I stayed in Iloilo for a month in 2004. It doesn't look like it was in 2004. You'll be blown away. Thanks for the responses, Michael. I lived in Bacolod for many years before Iloilo. It's okay, town, but just more rough around the edges. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. That's how I felt, Texas Filipino. It is a lot less cared for and gang markings. There you go. Sounds like we agree, James. I came to Iloilo from Bacolod visiting and fell in love 12 years ago. Iloilo just keeps getting better. Yeah, agreed. There you go. And you have fun. Cage. Hello, Michael. Good afternoon or good evening from Denmark. Yeah, it's quarter after 10 here. Thank you very much, Cage. Thank you. Welcome. Met a few people from Denmark actually coming this way. You cannot walk back. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Mayong Gabi. Hey, I don't know what Dinha means, but hello, Kenny. Good evening. Michael, one of the first things they told us in the Navy is don't play with the grass snakes in the Philippines because they're bamboo vipers. Oh, there you go. The original 3-step snake. Yeah, I don't see them. Like I said, it's not like they're that common. It's not Australia here. Bacolod isn't pedestrian friendly. There you go. Will the dogs scare the beaver there? Well, listen, some of the dogs, they like to lick everything. Do I need to say more? Or someone who loves city life, can Rojas compete with Iloilo? Small city life. 2 malls, pretty big, right? The new Robinson, it's a new SM. We do have a nightclub district, and nobody even there at 10 o'clock at night. They're there at midnight. Okay, midnight 2 to 4 in the morning. It's right behind the McDonald's. You walk behind the McDonald's, and all of a sudden you're like, club. I think there's 5 of them in total, 4 for sure. So we have all that. We have like different restaurants and different places. We have this whole strip here. So we're about the beach life here, but the new modern area. So if you're thinking, I want to get in soon, early, that's what Rojas has. It has bigger than BGC and Makati combined, big brand new township opening. Some condos in place, some BPOs already, which is like call center buildings and that kind of thing, brand new. Private school, Robinson just bought a huge thing. They're building a development in there. This Sunday or Monday? No, the following. Right after my grand opening, there is a brand new entertainment complex opening there with like everything from like electronic bowling, or like it's bowling, but it's the smaller lane ones, 12 pin or whatever they call it, and a sports bar sort of thing. They're in that area. So many brand new subdivisions in there, and a lot of modern stuff, buried cables underground. When it does go into the next phase, they're not going to let any trikes in there. They have electric buses already, but they will only have electric buses for trikes. You'll have to get out there, and you go into a free electric bus that will take you around. So there's a lot of things going on there, including like concierge service for people in a retirement community that they're building with bungalows only. And there'll be a concierge service, so anything you need, from housekeeping to nurses to a car to pick you up, take you places, that kind of thing. All very affordable too, by the way. There you go, on TRICARE or Medicare. Yeah, so that's exactly. Rojas City. No, Rojas City is not above Manila. We're on the same island as Iloilo and Boracay, so you can see us. Boracay's here, Rojas City here, Iloilo here. So we're like a triangle, and so yeah. It's a very quick flight though from Manila, 5 times a day. My Filipino friend brought her 5 cats from Saudi. There you go, to the Philippines, all in their travel cages. Yeah, there you go. Hello from Montana, Mark. Hello. Rojas on the Panaya. That's right. It's a popular name for towns and cities. Yeah, we're the Rojas City. Everybody else is a Rojas. And it's also because Manuel Rojas was the very first president of the Philippines immediately after the Americans turned it back, after World War II, turned it over officially to be out of the American fingers being in politics or something like that. There's better people to describe that. Am I offering boat tours? No, but there's plenty of people here that can do that for you. I know a couple numbers that you can call when you come down here. But yeah, there's no, like, because we're beach forever out here. And like you can rent boats here, jet skis, everything right on the thing. And they can only do it certain times of the day because the tide goes out so far and it just sits on the beach. So there are boats out down that way, down in the fishing areas and the port areas, and that you can rent and have you take you out. But they're not like big modern yachts or anything, to be honest. They're the, I don't know what they call them, Baha'i boats? Oh my God, I'm really bad. So yeah, we can find you a boat, but quick way to get views, Jason. Okay. Nobody loses money in the bank up to 500,000. I think I just saw something though, and you can double check that. I thought it went to 750,000, and that's per bank. So yeah, you have it here per bank. So you can put one at many different banks. I gotta be honest though, like, 'cause I get paid in Canada, is that I just bring over what I need. Right? When I get paid or whatever, I transfer the money I need to live. Right now, I'm spending the vast majority of it, but because of the beaver and everything. But yeah, that's the big thing for me is you can just leave it in your American, U.S., Canadian bank account if you want. Love the content. Talked to you recently and back when I was in White Beach. Oh, from Puerto Galera, yeah. Austin from Washington State. Hello, Austin. Yeah, White Beach in Puerto Galera was really beautiful, and I wish I had picked that, as a place to stay overnight, because that was a very short visit, obviously, because I was in the main town, and that is stunning over there. Thank you very much for this $10 super chat. Appreciate it, Austin, and hopefully we'll see you down here at the Beaver, though. It's not that big of a deal. You got a boat that'll take you right here to Rojas City. You got to get down to take a bus or something, drive down to Rojas, Mindoro, and which I think is a couple hours for you, right? And then take the ferry. You can take it to Cataclan and take the bus here, which are air conditioned. They're actually quite nice because of the Boracay. They give the best buses. Or you can just go right to Rojas City's port. Yes, Rojas is a beloved president in early Philippines history. That's right. There you go. Put your money in the top 5 banks. Look at that. Look at all these new members. Once again, thank you very much. Tim, the T-Man, you guys. Both of you are pretty awesome, just so you know. Thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you guys. I don't know if you're coming to the rodeo, but the Iloilo Board of Tourism and I recently had this talk about what we bring in is outside money, not the same. Yeah, exactly. Like, that is the reason why the country wants to export, right? You're bringing in funds from the outside in. Recycling money over and over and over again is really not good for an economy. You need to bring in new wealth to a country, and that's how you do it. So, 100% very smart. Hey, well, thank you. It's not actually a new haircut, but thank you. I got a haircut like 2 weeks ago, maybe. 25 cents is the carabao. Caribou. Oh, yeah, sorry, it's not a moose. You're right. I think if you polled half the people in Canada, they'd call it a moose. Can't blame me. Sorry. Did you work in the restaurant? Oh, way back. I was like 19 years old. I worked at Swiss Chalet, and I did prep cook, then I did cook, then I did bar, and then I did waitering. So, yes, I worked extremely hard. There you go. By the way, Mike, we are Department of Tourism certified. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, we just went to one of our conferences too. They want us to make some changes to our kitchen a little bit, and we are hoping to get approved too. You have to be approved. You're very smart for doing that, James. If you want to get an exemption for when the elections are coming, and the barangay elections are coming this October, November, December, something like that, this fall. And so since we want to be able to sell alcohol to foreigners, you have to be approved by the Department of Tourism. And we couldn't get it done because, unfortunately, they told us we had to be in business for 2 years. But then they told us, but we'll get you approved in time for barangay elections, which were not 2 years. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And you got approved. You haven't been open for 2 years, so I don't know. But we didn't get approved for the last election. We were a little sad because a lot of people wanted to go somewhere, and there was nobody open. Hi from Isle of Man. Wow, Nigel. Hello, hello. I don't know if any of you are watching me from Isle of Man. That's UK, right? Al, unedited. Hello and greetings from little north of Edmonton. Well, there you go. The only people I knew out your way were Hutterites, because I used to do a lot of business with the Hutterites, selling them stuff. Good morning, Michael from Northern California. Just got back from the Philippines. I've been missing it since I left on the plane. Ah, Robert. You got to come back. You got to come back, Robert. And it's that simple. I know. You got great weather in California, especially Northern California. You get a little cooler up there. Got the great redwoods, and I think it's redwoods. You get some big trees up that way. And I toured it once. I've done quite a bit of the United States, to be honest. All right. I'm trying to go quick, and then if you made it, send a super chat. I will definitely catch it. Don't think I'll miss you, okay? I won't. And by the way, once again, these are the new shirts. Rojas City, home of the beaver. I'm not wearing it right now because it's too small for me. I got to get the next size up at the shop. I thought it was the right size. No. Anyway, they're at the beaver now for sale, 600 pesos, along with our normal Canadian beaver one. I'm going to get some black ones, but right now the Canadian beaver ones are white. And yeah, links in the description if you live somewhere in the world. I know the prices are high. It has nothing to do with me. We make like $2 on the thing, okay? It's just, yeah, you got to come here. You got to come here, and then I can actually control the costs. Yeah. Like, I don't understand. Like, I know, like, I understand planning and all this other stuff and everything else, but anything can happen. And when are you going to start to enjoy your life? Obviously you have to be able to afford it in some way or another, but you don't need everything. So if you can be happy and do less, like have 60% less and be very happy, why don't you do that? It's not 60%, 40% less. Because you can live on less here. Greetings from South Carolina, USA. The weather there is comparable to Southeast USA. Well, here, no. You can get very humid here, obviously. A lot of Westerners use their air conditioning every night to sleep. And then sometimes even during the day. Some of them are 24 hours a day. It can get, I'm trying to think in Fahrenheit here, like all the time, it will be at least 85. Not all of the Philippines, but I'm talking about here. It's going to be 85. And then it's going to be as high as like 95. It could be even 100 sometimes, I'm sure. There's two different things now we all talk about, like the heat index or real feel, these weather things they came up with so that they can scare people to death, because they'll show a map, it'll be burning red, and they're using the heat index, right? They're saying it's going to be 50 Celsius, right? 50 Celsius. And I go and I look it up, and I'm like, what's the actual temperature in the shade? Oh, okay. No, it's 38. Okay, 38. Okay. What was it 20 years ago? 39. Okay. BSJS 23. If you like the city life, Quezon City, yeah. AL, a group of condominiums, yeah, exactly. If you're a city life person, you're going to find everything in that whole Luzon thing. The conveniences, right? Like if somebody wants everything in life, I'm going to tell them to stay out of the provincial type cities and towns and stuff like that. I'm just going to. Especially if you want the latest in electronics and graphics cards and this and this and this and this and this, you have to go to BGC. You got to go to Makati. You got to go to Quezon City. You got to be in the heart of everything is available. Every cheese you want, every meats and everything, you're going to have to go there. This is an island country where logistics is very difficult and hard, and the economies of scale, and there they have massive scale. How many people? Something like the greater Metro Manila area is something like 32 million, 34 million people. They're going to have everything. This is 180,000 people. Iloilo is only 500,000 people. and then that's it. There's no other cities here. So everything else is towns, little towns. So the population of this whole island, with everything on it, actual residents, is probably 1.3 or 4 or 5 million people, maybe 3. So 30 times more people just in Greater Manila, or 28 times more. So there you go. Yep. Chad is everywhere. I knew it. Everywhere I look. I was looking over there. Chad. They get all the girls too. All the Chads out there. Anyway, so what would you say has the best sign of improvement of the Rojas since you moved there? Oh my God, so much. So when I first came here, first was a visit, obviously. People's Park wasn't even built. Now you come here and it's like thriving. There's people everywhere. They've got all these like vendors everywhere, restaurants and everything's so beautiful, well lit and everything. The fountains are jumping and you got different color lights on the fountains and it's so beautiful here. Restaurants are all updating and becoming more modern, nicer, new selection. And some of them are still staying very old looking. They haven't put any money into renovations, but many have, right? And just my friend here, Mo, opening up like literally something you would find in Bali. That kind of investment wouldn't be here. There has been a lot of changes when it comes to cleaning it up. I know the mayor who just got reelected, so he's on his final term, right? So he doesn't have to worry about that. Worrying about, like, usually a mayor, say if they get in for X amount of years, but the last year seems to be spending a lot of time running for election. Well, he doesn't have to worry about that. So there is going to be, he said, something roads, traffic, and getting ready for future growth. And so that's a very positive sign. So that's something I really like about it. Tim, thank you very much for the super chat, brother. That's awesome. My wife is in RN school, so maybe I can hopefully visit in about a year and a half. Oh, I will put Rojas City on my list. I was hoping you were going to make it to the grand opening. But I understand. Get that nurse degree first. Paul, hello from Dumageddon. I will get to the Beaver soon. 21st? So if you're just joining, our big anniversary is on the 21st. We're expecting tons of people. I know it's going to be crazy. Even though I'm pushing it like, no, it's going to be dead. No, I know it's going to be crazy. So, yeah. But I just want you to come and have the biggest impact ever, which is why I want you to come on the 21st. You will be blown away. Come on a Monday afternoon, and you're going to be like, there's nobody in here. Yeah, we're not a tourist town yet. It can be a little slow on a moth here. Away from my light. It can get a little slow, on a Monday afternoon, which is why a lot of people end up staying and living here. They're like, they go to Boracay and they're like, it's insane. There's like no privacy, no calm, everything's so expensive. And they come here and they walk on the beach, which is coming in, by the way. It might even reach us soon. Not quite, but yeah, it's a lot closer since we started. And anyway, so they just love it here. And they're like, oh, this is so peaceful. This is great. And they don't mind that it's empty. So don't expect a ton of people. I'm going to see if you can see the beach. Maybe if I turn that off. What if I do that? Let's see. Oh, no, because my light overhead is still bright enough. Oh, well. I thought you guys could be able to get a good view. Here in person, this is stunning. I have a 5,000 watt LED light here that lights up my whole beach. And I can walk out, even in pitch black. Right now we have overcast, so there's no stars, no moon, and it's beautiful. What food do you miss the most? Just the access to real good cheeses. Like, we were just in SNR and I got my, they don't do the big blocks anymore. I don't know why. So we just had to get these little blocks of sharp cheddar cheese and then a marble cheese, right? And they only had mozzarella and Monterey that were in the big beasts. And I just I want to get cheese curds, so that we're going to, and then people are like, oh, just make it yourself. There's no dairy industry here and everything's triple already, whatever you want to call it, reduced, filtered, whatever, the milk and everything. It comes from like New Zealand, Australia, that kind of thing. Just no dairy industry here. So everything to do with milk. You can get milk, don't get me wrong. It's relatively cheap, but not cheeses. So the cheeses, most cheese here is fake. It says cheese product or cheese substitute, that kind of thing. The melting cheese substitute. It's like, that's not cheese. So it does cost a lot of money, and I have to go to Iloilo to get it. Iloilo has me on that. I brought my service dog from the USA to the Philippines. He rode a business class with me. To the Philippines, but in the Philippines. So Philippines Airlines from Manila to Cebu, whatever. Far as I know, there's 0 airlines that let you fly inside the country with your pets. In the cabin, I mean. Hello from Arkansas, Ozarks. Oh, beautiful. Simple living at a low price. Yeah, listen, everybody saw Ozark, right? The show. And even I was like, oh, I would have done that. But I can't. I'm a Canadian. And I worked for a big U.S. multinational company. But I don't think people realize how difficult it is as a Canadian to get a work permit to work in the United States, right? So I didn't work in the United States. I worked in it, but not really, right? I represented the Canadian division selling to, or selling sales management, really. The sales centers would do the selling for the most part, but in the factory, but representing factories that manufacture to customers in the United States, right? So I travel a lot in the United States, but I couldn't actually get a work. I was only allowed to do that because I was representing this Canadian company under NAFTA or whatever. They just allow it. So I could never get a work permit. And I worked for a big U.S. multinational company, but there's not a special skill or anything like that. And so I desperately wanted, because I wanted to live somewhere. My biggest problem with Canada was it's friggin' cold. We have no warm province, And so I would have lived somewhere like that, or somewhere even south, Dave, hi Mike. I worked with a lot of Filipino sailors of the Great Lakes. Hey, a lot of those guys are working, sending the money back and building houses, hotels. Oh, it's so true. So a lot of builds are coming from those guys. Definitely. We rent an office for the Beaver, and I do my editing in it too, but we keep all our employee files. We have all that stuff. It's just a very small office. And that's a OFW that's sending money back home to build that, and then family run it and rent out all these units or whatever, right across from SM with all these commercial, apartments and offices for rent. And it's great because he's producing income from that, and the greater family gets to make money and everything else. And the money's being put to use while they're working overseas. So. Brian, hi Michael. I really enjoy your channel. I'm located in Colorado. Hello, thank you very much. Do you prefer Wells Fargo or Sharp? I'm Canadian, so we don't have either of those. Canada has like 5-6 banks, and that's it. Another thing I should mention is a lot of Clark is becoming the next future capital, or whatever, and so there's a ton of building. That's Angeles City, Clark, right? They're attached essentially, and so that's another place, but it is. Very expensive already. When I went there, and I was just filming it not that long ago, if you look at my videos, it was heavily Korean though. Like we were going for a walk in a park, in a subdivision, so beautiful houses and restaurants everywhere, and we were like, oh my God, I don't think we see a single Filipino. There's families everywhere. They're all Korean families. And so, yeah. Hey, Joel Hunter. Thank you very much, Joel. You're always amazing. Thank you very much. Say hi to the gals. I will. We're picking up Laura tomorrow, so we'll and Catherine's at the Beaver right now, but I definitely will. Thank you very much, Joel. That's awesome. Thank you for the super chat. That's really cool of you. Take off, eh? Yeah, Brian. Take off, eh? I'm Michael. Well, that's okay. Cat's at the Beaver. And hello, Alan. Bulacan. Oh, yeah, nice. Nova, good evening from Iloilo City. Well, hello, Nova. There is a U.S. consulate in Cebu, yes. And here in the Philippines, there's also, so there's a consulate there, of course. And then, of course, you have the embassy. But America also provides wardens. So there's a warden in Iloilo. There'll be that is in charge of, like, I think it's Region 6 or at least Panay. And so that warden is somebody you can go to as well. And they can make things better. Like they can fix things a lot faster than trying to make an appointment at the whatever and everything. It's just, it can be a real pain in the butt. And so I don't know if my friends are still, she's still the warden. I don't know how they change them out, how often or whatever, but I think I still know the warden. Are you going to visit Tarlac City one day? Maybe. I'm sure I'm going to be here a long time for the rest of my life probably, so I'll try to get to everything. Hi, Rick from Ottawa. Hello, Rick. How is Ottawa these days? When will your divorce be final? We haven't even started it. It turns out, like, yes, you can do it online and everything, but there's this whole thing where one of you two have to be in Canada for the last 12 months. And I was like, well, what's the point of doing it online if you have to be in Canada? But to prove it, you just have to show a driver's license that's not expired. Mine is, but I wonder if my ex might be not expired. And if it isn't, because you have to show your permanent residency, and it has to be at least 12 months old. And so if hers is 5 years or whatever, then she still has a couple of years. So maybe we can do it that way. And I don't know. Yeah, so I'm really behind the chats. I'm really sorry about that. I'm close. I'm close to the bottom, Jason. Sorry, I didn't realize you're behind the chats. The quick view, I meant putting foreigners are leaving. Everyone will want to see what's going on. Oh, you mean in the title? Yeah. The Excalibur team. Hey, and a member. Thank you very much. I don't know if you were part of the free, but either way, thank you very much. Hey, Mike, how you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Getting over this cold. I was fine when I started this, but now I got all stuffed up because it's later in the night. It's going to take a bit, but I only saw a recently eclipsed Edmonton in overtime, I believe it was. What a setup. Just unbelievable passing, perfect setup, winning goal. It was amazing. There we go. There we go. From Toronto, Trader X. Hello, Trader X from Toronto. T.O. Big T.O. My camera's doing well. I got a new cable for it, so that must have been what the problem was. I'm not a fan of Chargal, but if you thought, yeah, I'm going to go there, and yes, I would. It's a crazy area, especially if you put it in the crazy area. I don't know how expensive it is there. The reason I don't go there, I don't know. I'm not 25 years old anymore that drinks all night and parties all day and, that kind of thing. And Siargao, my understanding is 70% of the population is foreign, mostly Europeans, under the age of 30. And it's just packed. So we only see, 3 out of every 10 are going to be Filipinos, right? I've seen enough videos that confirm that, but I hate to say it until I see it type thing. But that's why I back-shelved it. Plus, every time I look, it's a fortune to go there. And I see on their airport just crammed with people, nowhere to breathe or anything. They don't need any advertising, let's be honest. But I will go. Are the size of the Philippines? Yeah, no. So, this, I said, doesn't fit me, right? So the ones on my website, yes, those are American. But if you come to the bar, this is a double XL and it doesn't fit me, okay? I fit a large American, even a medium. Here, double XL. Or 1XL, double XL. Double XL doesn't fit, it's tight. It's too tight fitting. So I have a triple XL, but that's as most I could get, by the way. So some of you will be buying them just to hang on your wall, because I don't know if everybody's going to fit them. But I'm trying another brand. I ordered some other ones to see if I can get bigger, but at a reasonable price because we are printing on them afterwards. Yeah, sizes in Asia are smaller, man. They're smaller. But online, on my website, the one that's in the link there, those are American. That's an American company, hence the crazy price. Yeah, nice weather, but now my fiance is still in the Philippines. So you can say my heart is in the Philippines. Nice. I like how you put that, Robert. But we are planning on going back and forth till I can retire in 15 to 20 years. Then, long time. But I get it. Still young. Helen loves to see the new additions to the member cruise. Yeah, so actually, to the members, yeah. And also at the Beaver, by the way. We're waiting. It's supposed to be any day this week. We are going to be getting OJTs. So on top of this enormous staff that I have, that people are always making fun of me for having too much staff, is we are getting 5 OJTs on the job training of university students that are taking, tourism and hospitality and tourism. And so they, for their whole semester, they will be with us where they can get hands-on, real life, experience. And so I get them. So now we'll be up to like 19 people at the. We're going to give you great service, okay? But I hope I have them before the 21st because I ain't going to need them on that day for sure. But even a couple nights ago, we had 120 people at midnight in there. That's a huge number, okay? We're not a big bar. And it went well. It went well. And we did not have that many staff on. I think we had 8 or 9 on staff on. I'm from Florida, Jason Potter. Florida, and hopefully we'll get over there soon. I watch your videos for the places I want to visit. You have great videos, and I found a couple I watch most from you and James and Karen. James and Karen are a friggin' beautiful couple, amazing couple. They will be here on the 21st as well. Paul, greetings from beautiful Bay of Quinte. Oh, yes. What is it? The Quinte tuplets or the quints? Yeah, the 5, right? Quints. You go to the house there and you can see they treat them like circus animals or something like that, these quints. Yeah, it's been a long time. We're currently sucking smoke from the north and the west. Life is good, elbows up. Yeah, so you guys, forest fires and everything. The crazy part is, so I know Manitoba. If you go to the Manitoba website for the forest fires and everything, the crazy part is, if you click on it, it shows you all these fires, right? Record numbers of fires. And under cause, every single one of them human caused. Every one of them were started by somebody lighting a fire, somebody throwing a cigarette, whatever, campfires, whatever. Every single one of them. And it's like, how? If anybody been to Canada, you go anywhere, they do fire burn controlling. When you go camping, there chances of them even letting you start a campfire. Even in approved campgrounds, are saying, sorry, no campfires after May, basically. And so that's incredible, like how, and nobody's clearing brush, far as I know, with fires up there. Just got back from swim at the beach. How long did you live in Albania? 1 year. I had a 1 year permanent residency there, and it was a good year. I do miss it often. I lived in Saranda, and I could see Greece from my window. It was right across Corfu, Greece. So if you look on a map, you can see we're about an hour drive, but the water, it's much shorter as the crow flies, or whatever they say. And you can see the ships going in and everything else. And it was great because it was during the pandemic. They had nothing closed. The clubs and the bars and restaurants, the cafe, nothing changed. No masks, nothing. It was nothing. And yet I could see Greece is fully locked down. They're not allowed out of their houses, and we're out on party boats and foam parties, and everything was just normal, perfectly normal. Robert again. If you and Kat ever make it over the USA, up my way, I'll take you guys out for some wonderful spots, surfing, hiking, boating from a local. Just finished a recent video. Hey, thank you very much, Robert. They've never been. Laura, I took Catherine first time ever out of the country, and that was Vietnam, right? Laura's definitely never been anywhere. The last time I was in the U.S. was visiting my mother, and then we took my ex to Universal Studios and all that. So we went to Florida, then we went to South Carolina. And that was just before I moved to the Philippines, because the Philippines is still closed. So I'm like, screw it, let's go to America, let's go for a trip. And we went there, came back, and 2 months later, the Philippines opened. And I was like, can I get my $10,000 or $15,000 I spent 2 weeks, I think, in the U.S. That I just spent? I could have been using it in the Philippines, but can't take it back. Lawrence and Ellie here. Hey, guys. Sending you, Kat and Laura, all our love from Makati. Thank you very much, Lawrence. He was a wonderful host. Let us stay in his condo that he rents out on Airbnb, by the way. When we were there for New Year's in Makati, beautiful location, beautiful views and everything. And he had a great place that he was renting, but renting out. He rented out his place, and he was renting because he was getting another new place. And he's building a house in, where the airport is, near Pasay, that I don't remember. Sorry, brother. I haven't been to your house yet. I'm sure it's done now, but Lawrence, Ellie, nice to see you guys, or hear from you. Greg, 100% agreed on living less. That's why I left Australia for Manila, then left BGC for Roja City. Yeah, thanks, brother. Craig is awesome. Love it here. Glad you're promoting it. Yeah, I just showing you what it is. And don't worry, we're not overrun by foreigners. You're going to feel, you can feel the province here. You can feel the city here. You can feel like a little bit of everything. And then if you want, come to the Beaver and you come hang out and, you'll get your chance to chit chat with like 4 or 5 other people, talk about home, whatever. And then as soon as you leave, you're back talking to Filipinos and you get a piece of everything here, And I know people say, I don't move all the way out there to just talk to some foreigner. And I don't mean to make fun of you, okay? But, excuse me, sorry, I'm so stuffed up. What it is you just start to, like, you're looking on your feed or something and you see some story, some crazy thing going on back home. And a Filipino's not going to relate to you. They're not even seeing the same things you see. They don't have like the same background interests as you, that you've spent 40 years or whatever amount of years of your life surrounding yourself with or whatever. And so you'll have topics and things that you want to chat with people that are just looking at you going, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I can't relate or whatever. And so, yeah, every once in a while having somebody you can chit chat with, you can talk hockey, you can talk football, you can talk whatever, something that of interest to you that they are going to understand, they're going to relate, and you're going to have a good time. It doesn't mean you're going to spend all your time doing that or anything, but I think there's a good advantage to having somebody who comes from the same sort of thing to be able to chit chat with you. Maybe you like playing cards together, or you want to play darts. We have darts now at the Beaver. We have 2 dart boards there, and you can just easily pick up with somebody and do that. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people in our bar that come in, they sing the karaoke or whatever, and they just hang out, and they're Filipinos, and they would love to play darts with you. Don't get me wrong, but it'll just be easier to communicate on the relatable level. That's all. So a lot of people like that. And some people like it all the time. Some people just, it's a great break, hanging out with their Filipino wife most of the time, and they just want to go and have a beer with the boys and chit chat and talk about things that go on back home or whatever. People like to bitch, or we do our own chica chica, like what Filipinos call maritas and all that stuff. Well, we sometimes all like doing that too. Sorry, I just keep looking over here because it's starting to rain again, but it's not hard, and it's not coming in this way. I had to put this down before I started the thing because it was coming in this way. But it's fine. My bug zapper's going crazy. I got all these lights on. I'm attracting all the bugs, but the rain was pushing them away. Do I think 1 million pesos is enough to start a business like a grocery or restaurant? No, probably not, unfortunately. Maybe you could do a small pharmacy if you like you can start small. You can just start small in a small restaurant, Calderi or something. One of the great restaurants that are in Iloilo is like New Orleans style. And they started off with a small Calderi, and then when they made the money, they saved, and they made a beautiful, nice, gorgeous location in Haro. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but if you look up like New Orleans type seafoods and stuff like that, you'll find it. The big bag, you dump it out onto a big plate, and it's got the crab, and it's got the corn, and it's got all that jambalaya type stuff. Anyway, they did really well. So you can start that way. Like I opened the Beaver with 675,000, but that was open. That was barely too. There were so many things I didn't do. Right, like I was just like, no more money. Keep in mind, I had no money when me and my ex, like I had to start over. I gave everything over to her, better for divorce law, just start from scratch. And so I started from scratch, and I'd only been at it for 7 months or something like that, from zero. So, that's why I didn't come here. Well, I did come here with stocks and everything else, but that went all to her. And so anyway, I don't want to make it about her or anything, but that's why. So I started, I had shareholders that helped and put the money in. And I put all the effort and time and marketing and everything else. And then, after that day, you don't make money from day one, right? Because there's so many things. You don't even understand, like, permits and fees and taxes. And there's way more than people ever imagined, and I even imagined. And then to meet those permits to get that. Like they come in and they inspect this. Oh, you got to put this in that. Then that's 7,000 pesos. That's 8,000. But that everything adds up. Then there's overtime. People don't realize. Yeah, they got overtime here. There's all kinds of like different levels of government that you have to pay for each employee, just like they do back in the West. And things add up. And I started a rainy season. Bad idea, but whatever. It is what it is. And so I ended up putting in like 100,000, then 140,000, then 200,000, and every month, different months to get myself to this point. It wasn't just operating costs, new roofs, new lighting, new chairs, new tables, and improve the kitchen, new floor in the kitchen, new this, that, and renovations of this and that, and buying these big griddles and burners and like a lot of money. And so I put in about 3 million pesos in 1 year. So that's the only reason I would say that. Yeah, I opened with that, but unless you can promise yourself that you're going to be instant success the day one, or you can operate small enough that well, not you, because legally you can't work, but, sorry, assuming I don't know if you're a foreigner. So if you're a foreigner, you can't work. But if you're a Filipino, so you and your wife could do all of it yourself. Well, then yes. Then every penny that you made that day can go into your pocket, sort of thing, after taxes, all that other stuff. But then yes, it's a complicated answer. Sorry about that. I gave you guys all the information. Simon, yeah, I'm not frozen. Hi from Blue Ridge, Georgia. Beautiful area, by the way. 42 years old, working in public safety and dreaming of retirement. Never too early to start researching. Just recently found your channel. Love all the information you give. Great, that's fantastic. And yeah, you're in a beautiful area. You can go down to Charleston. I love South Carolina and Georgia. Even in North Carolina a bit too, but definitely South Carolina and Georgia. You guys have some great weather. Really enjoy it there. So. Chris, moving to Rojas, January 2026. Can't wait, buddy. Fantastic. That's great. There's a lot happening. Uh-oh. I heard a noise. Something that sounded like it was shutting down. I want to make sure that's not happening. Oh, yeah. Okay, one sec. I know I froze, but I'm going to fix it, I promise. Oh, now I'm like super, super big. Okay. My camera, I think it just overheats or something. It gets to a certain point and it has to shut down for a minute, and I don't know why. I'll have to look into that. Okay, hopefully you guys patiently waited for me, and I appreciate it very much. Although I'm going to blow my nose one more time. And I just wanted to double check something here. We're good on this, right? Fantastic. Oh, there you go. It's 1 million pesos as of February. I knew it went up. And there's the answer. It is gone to 1 million. Well, I have to get the divorce before I can get married, so. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, in our little town, my fiance lives. They're starting to get growing of infrastructure again, and everything was paused during the pandemic. Yeah, that's true. It's true. A lot of places were like really starting to take off. Imagine where Iloilo would have been like if they didn't have the pandemic, right? Yeah, then after that, so the trajectory is lost. And that's the problem with developing countries. They can't have those kind of missteps because it affects them far more than it did in the West. Like in Canada, construction was considered essential. So I worked for a construction manufacturing company, right? We made products for the construction industry. So our factory never closed. And yeah, it became a nightmare because raw materials were becoming a massive problem and their deliveries were through the roof. But hello, Nita's Cooking Show. Hello, hello. Nita's Cooking Show, Neighbor Canada. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, the wall's going to be done in about, we have to do more work at the Beaver for the 21st, but let's say one more day of this. Then the sealant has to go on there. We're going to seal the concrete and everything so the salt air water doesn't destroy it. It won't get to the wall, but it will in a typhoon type season. backfilling and everything, because we're going to fill it all the way so that it has a lot of strength. Gate has to be built, but that's going to be pretty simple. Probably 3 more days. 3 more days here, and my wall will be done, and then they can get back to the beaver and get some work done there, getting us ready. Canadian Beaver, I want to visit there. I am from Toronto. Please come to the beaver. We're looking for you. You guys know each other, eh? You're all chatting. Okay. I'm going to try to get here before I go. I'm just going to go blow my nose, but love your channel and shares you put together for us living in Houston, Texas, just planning my future retirement. Fantastic. Well, I'm here to help. I'm not here to sell you anything, although you can buy a shirt, but that helps the beaver. So, you want to buy a shirt, cool. The link's there. Come to the beaver and buy one. But, and come to the beaver, because I just want the business not to lose money. I'm happy. But I generally aren't selling you anything. You want to become a member here? Cool, awesome. And so I like to help people. There are limits. Some people are like, well, I'm coming there, so you'll be my tour guide. I'm like, you don't think you realize I don't have a lot of free time, and I'm constantly swamped. And people who randomly call me and they don't know me or anything. They find my number or call me on Facebook. And I have to click no, because I'm doing 5 things at the same time. Doing a live here is like setting myself wholly focused. It's really difficult for most of the other times. And so when you message me, great, I can answer you when I have a minute. I have a minute, I can quickly just read through there and, okay, yeah, no problem. Or I dictate it to my phone, boom, send, good, move it on to something else. Multitasking and that kind of thing. I can help way more people. And so, yeah, I'm happy to help people. Just please understand, I've had people get very, threatening angry when I tell them that I can't be their tour guide and I can't take you around and do everything for you, that kind of thing. There are tour guides for that. My time is extremely limited, and I don't sleep as it is. So help me out here. Let's make it easy for everybody. How's that, right? I'm sure you don't miss the Canadian summer. I really don't. It was crazy cold for sure. Yeah, no, thank you. Totally don't miss that. And we're gonna, yeah. we're I'll take them to Japan one day, because there's a Disney in Japan, all that. It's very close. I've never been to Japan. And maybe we'll go when they actually have winter, just so they can experience some freezing cold. Maybe Korea, same thing. Maybe one of those in winter. They can try some snow, but I am Beach Hop 1, all right. My Filipino wife and I will be mostly in Panay, from the U.S., late October through February. Planning to buy land and build a house. Thanks for your channel. It's a great help. Looking forward to meeting. Fantastic. Anything I can do to help, let me know. I don't take commission. I'm not, hey, okay, mark that price up, give me money. I don't do that. So when I say I'm going to help you, I'm not looking for anything for me. I like that I have a good reputation. That has more value than anything else, no matter amount of money. Oh, look at you guys all from Toronto here. Renew your driver's license. I can't. Mine has been expired for over 2.5 years, and I can't do it online anymore. I have to go in person, and my picture is expired too. Although I think you can upload a picture. But anyway, I could technically do it, but then I have to get it mailed to a Canadian address, and then it has to be at least 12 months old in order to meet the requirements for to prove that one of us is a Canadian. And like I said, I think my ex does. I think hers is still good. I have a Filipino driver's license too. Yeah, I got it right away. You have to if you want to drive here. I wear 4XL. Yeah, I couldn't find it. I can't find anything over above triple X. I tried. I can. Don't get me wrong. I can go to the mall. I can pay a fortune for it. But I'm talking about in the bulk, like when you're buying bulk shirts to get printed. 3XL is so far is the largest, at least in V-neck, right? Like not the collar. I've been trying to get V-necks, and so I finally got the V-necks. Got black, like people are asking. Albania sounds like a view I have right now. Yeah, Albania really was drop dead gorgeous, beautiful place, and just as cheap as the Philippines. How are the hospitals in Roxas? We've got 4 private hospitals, I think, 3 or 4. Doctors, St. Anthony's. Yeah, I think it's 4 actually. I don't know the names of them all. I've got a doctor's college, stuff like that. They're pretty good. They are not mega hospitals. So when I tell you people need mega hospitals, you're very close to mega hospitals, like you said. Oops, I got to refresh this. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. The mega hospitals are not here, so we do but you weren't very far. They can transport you to get you there, and but yeah, if you are somebody, I need to be within 5 minutes because I had a heart attack before, and I know I'm gonna very soon. It's possible. I need to be with 5 minutes of air to have heart surgery. Maybe not here. So, you guys are chatting here. Okay. Let's see. My Filipino wife and I will be mostly in Panay. Oh yeah, we answered this one already. Thank you very much. Sorry, I just lost everything when I had to refresh there. Yes, so glad I got that airport. Yeah, I'm gonna start a tournament eventually soon. We just want to get more people into coming in and playing and stuff like that. We were going to even rent the darts just because they're going to get damaged, right? So it'd be cheap, like 20 pesos or something. What's that, 30 cents or something, and then you have to give them back to the bar, right? Because they will break, and I got to keep buying them over and over again. And but right now we're like, no, don't even charge. Just leave them on the dartboard, and we have tons like replacement parts all underneath. Just want to get it to be popular and get people used to it. Ever had pickup coffee? Yeah, I think so. In Iloilo. I don't think much of them. Most of them are they're still using the little stick, right? You come to the Beaver, it's brewed coffee. Every time we do home brewed coffee maker brewing. Okay, so it's better than like just the instant mix. This is instant mix, by the way. And it's unlimited for 50 pesos. Like, how do you beat that, right? That's cheap. That's real cheap. I probably should raise that price. But people aren't taking advantage of it, so it's okay. That's great advice, Michael. I agree with you. I'd spend time with my fiance brothers have really working on motorcycles. Yeah, and that's how we started having good friendship and gold conversation. Oh, yeah, definitely. Camera is blurred sometimes. Let me double check that. Maybe that helped. Let's see. At least it's not 10 degrees here. No, it's not 10 degrees. Never. It's summer all the time, and some days it's rainy summer. Don't get me wrong. I went up to Baguio. You can tell it's getting late for me. Baguio, and it was friggin' cold. I was freezing, but it wasn't freezing. It was, 15 or 16, 17, 18 degrees Celsius. It felt so cold because I'm so used to this heat now. All right, good night, Helen. Thank you very much for joining. Hi, Michael. Greetings from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Because of you and Gojo Wonder, I am going to be making the major life move to Baguio area within the next few months. I love your videos. I got to go back up there with a vehicle so that I can see more than I did last time, and bring a sweater. I'm going to definitely bring a sweater. No question about it. Thank you for building up all my messages, guys. But I'll answer them later. I miss Taco Tuesdays. Yeah. You know what? Thank you. We gotta think of new things, and that's a new one that we should be doing. We'll come up with like a price and unlimited tacos, because we have unlimited chicken wings for 299 pesos. Unlimited wings and rice. I'm making sure the rain doesn't come in here. Otherwise, I got to lower this. So far, so good. It's on an angle, but not in here. Anyway, and Taco Tuesday. That might be a good idea. My wife family is from Coronadal. Can't wait till next time I go there. Can't wait to visit the Beaver. Thank you very much. Before we go south, I appreciate that. I have had pubs in the UK many years. You got some temporary extra bars ready for the bug night, or bottle bars for speed. Yeah, well, we do a lot of beer buckets, which really helps us a lot, because there you go, 6 beers done, bang, and they're full of ice, right? And so they can grab those very quickly. We're gonna have a ton of staff, and most people choose that. They don't take mixed drinks, right? And so you could service a table so quickly because of the beer buckets. So yeah, we'll be ready for that. We have multiple fridges, and then we fill up when we're going to be crazy busy like this. We have coolers that are full of ice water, and the beers are also in them. So that even when they're running out in the fridge, you're not putting warm beer into the fridge. So yeah, we'll be ready. We've gone through this already, so we can handle it. If you're taking draft beer, right now, San Miguel hasn't been able to give us draft beer in a very long time. Their plant is down that produces it, and it's been very disappointing to a lot of people. But I'm praying every day that we're still a ways away from the 21st. But it's been 2 weeks. They got me one keg that they found me in the western Visayas and had it shipped all the way here because I got really mad and put it on Facebook. But anyway, I told them, like, can't do this to me. You have to have it here. But draft takes a little longer to pour, and we only have one machine. So that, the time, we can speed it up a bit, but there is a limit. But for the most part, people were going to take the beer buckets, and I will say this time. Hope and I, where are they living? Where do they live then? If it's 500,000 there, 200, I guess Pavia, yeah, it adds up. Wow. Is that real? Interesting. I guess people, it's a big island, it's spread out. But it's still, either way. If you just took Rojas City, Iloilo City, and the actual people that live on Boracay, and even Kalibo, you add them all up, they're not even a million. So that'll give you a better idea then. You're right, though. It's got to be bigger. You're right. All the towns and everything. There's so many towns, 15,000, 20,000, 45,000, 35,000. That's going to add up. I'll definitely see the beaver. Looking forward to meet. Will not be nuisance. No, you don't have to. Yeah, as long as you understand. Like, just be reasonable. I'll help you. Just patient. That's it. Just let me get to it, and I will. Your channel's fantastic. It helps me tremendously to know that it's safe and less expensive area to live in. I would love to see you explore Baguio area. So yeah, I definitely want to go up there again. And Palawan, I've only done Coron, and it's a great place to go during rainy season, I'm told. They get far less rain, so we'll definitely check that out too. Wife and I are planning to go retire early in 5 years. Tired of Montana cold, I bet. Montana's a pretty desolate place, eh? Want to enjoy life and still young enough. Definitely going to visit the beaver someday. Great job. Thank you. And you know what? That Montana show made me want to live in Montana. As much as I know the winter and everything, I'm like, man, it's so beautiful. But I remember winter. Don't worry. All right, you guys are chatting there. Hi, Mike. In the process of selling my house, moving to Rojas City with my dog and cat, cutting all ties with the Netherlands. Thank you for your inspiration, brother. Thank you very much, VJ. And we'll look forward to seeing you. Ronnie will be here. He's from the Netherlands, right? I think he's from the Netherlands. He just moved here permanently, sold his house. And, he lives in Iloilo, but he'll be here at the 21st also. Thank you very much, Mike. Enjoy. Thank you very much for the hard work. I appreciate it. Can't beat home brewed coffee. Exactly. It's great. Compared to the Philippines, it's mostly instant coffee. So can't beat home brewed. She is from, you guys are chatting. I'd say it's good. Chat with each other. That's awesome. And excuse me for 1 minute, guys. Extremely cold coffee right now. Not brewed. Let me put this here because I'm going to blow my nose. Well, there we go. Hopefully I look good. I am going to check something. You guys all can see it for yourselves. With all this rain, I have the feeling the beaver's doing pretty bad. Oh yeah, there's Catherine saying, I think we're going to have to close early. There's no customers. That's a sad story. It's 11 o'clock at night and she's already talking about closing. And we're open to 1 a.m. on weekdays. Weekends, 2 a.m. For the party, who knows, right? But as you can see, right there, I always can see what's going on. We have cameras from many angles. This is only one set of cameras, by the way. And there's poor cat, just sitting there at the bar, all alone. She's not alone. Oh wait, that's not Catherine. That's not even Catherine. Uh, saw from the top. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's Catherine. Why does she have a flower in her hair? I don't even know what she's doing. Yeah, because the other staff are sitting over there. Yeah. So yeah, it's sad. When it's pouring rain, who goes to the beach to drink on a Tuesday night? Is it Tuesday or Monday? Oh, it's a Monday night here. So yeah, that's sad. I don't expect much on Mondays, to be honest. Wednesdays are busy because we have the unlimited chicken wings for $2.99. So we've gotten to a point where we've filled up every table before. Oh, she's framing something. Look at that, I'm watching her. I don't know what she's framing though. Anyway, so she's all like sad because she might have to walk home in the rain. The bike's no better in the rain. It's still rain. She can walk with an umbrella. But it's only 400 meters down the beach. Okay, wow, I have heart problems as well. I've spent 17 days in the hospital and still looking at surgery. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. The positive side of this is, like, St. Luke's, for example, right, in BGC, is staffed by American doctors, for the most part. It is state-of-the-art equipment, state-of-the-art surgery, state-of-the-art everything. Everything is there. It is considered, like, as equal to some of the state-of-the-art hospitals you're going to find in America. And so it's not like you can't find it here. And a high-end surgery there is probably going to be about 1.5 million pesos. So that's about $30,000. You'll probably be in there for 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, and it's going to be 30 grand. How much would that have been in the U.S.? Now I get to the Europeans; they're like, it costs us nothing when I need surgery. And I get that. I get that. But in a place where there is free healthcare, that's another thing that a lot of people don't realize is if you go to as a Filipino and you go into provincial hospital, which many of them are getting, like especially the newer ones are quite modern. They don't have every, all the crazy good stuff. They're not going to have every type of surgery and all that stuff. But somewhere they might. They'll probably transfer you. But the provincial hospitals are free for people that can prove they don't have the money. And it's really not that hard to prove. You just fill it in, explain how much money you make. I make 500 pesos a day. I can't afford this. And then it gets submitted in, and they will take care of you, and it'll get approved. So the biggest thing here is Filipinos who can't afford the private health care will often still go to the private hospital because they just, you care for your loved ones, right? Your loved one's sick. And you're like, screw it, I'm going to the private hospital. What are they going to do to me? And they go in there, and there's a law in the Philippines that says they can't hold you hostage to pay your bill, right? And they go into the private hospital, and they can't afford it. And they're not paying attention to the law that has a very small clause in it. And it's sneaky, and I know it's scary. And it says that unless you have a private room, they can refuse to not admit you or let you leave the hospital. So they'll give you all that health care you want, but they're going to put you in a private room. And you're going to think it's special. They put you in a private room. I don't have any money. They put me in a private room. Well, that's the one clause that's in the law that says that they can't they can't stop you from leaving if you don't pay, is unless you're in a private room. And so they will put you in a private room and then go, sorry, you can't go anywhere until you pay. And that's it. And they're not going to do the surgery. They're just going to maintain you, and they say, come back when you have 1,000,000 pesos, 200,000 pesos, 500,000 pesos, whatever. That's why you don't go to private hospitals unless you have the health insurance or you have the money. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. Don't go otherwise. Go to the provincial hospital where the governor, the mayor, whatever, not the mayor, it's province. So you go to the governor and you get them, your family can go there and plead with them and say, I need your help. Please help pay. And well, you don't even have to do that. If you fill in the form, it'll probably get approved anyway if you don't have the money. Anyway, just give you an idea. By the way, Michael Onstad will be he's a Canadian. Met him a long time ago. We became friends. He does health insurance here in the Philippines. Everybody knows, I'm sure, that's watching this right now. He is very famous as the expat health insurance guy. He staffs his own people when he doesn't need to. He's the insurance broker for Pacific Cross. And he is wonderful. His staff literally call the hospital, say, "Don't you bill only direct to us? You don't bill him directly, like no cash or anything." And they take care of everything, and they're on it. Like, you hear all about the great things you see on his Facebook. I put his link in the description of all my videos, so make sure you check him out if you're looking for health insurance and want to get a price. And the prices are better than you might think. That's for sure, especially if you're American. Like I said, it's hard to compete with the Europeans or even as Canadians. They're like, why am I paying? What? What? As Americans, you know. Hey, Mike. I'm curious. Being a vlogger, do you feel like you get to enjoy places you visit? Yeah, because I don't do it like the other guys. I don't mean critical of other guys, but do you see me going, okay, we're going to go to Jollibee now. We're going to order one of everything. Oh, I forgot to put this on. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I don't go to the Jollibee and go, okay, we're going to order one of everything. We're going to, oh, it's so, I'm not doing that. I am capturing whatever the hell I feel like, what's going on in my life, what's going on in my friends' lives, the people I meet, things I find interesting, and I take you along with me, and that's it. And that's the way I'm going to do it. I get offers, a lot of offers. Come to this place, we'll pay you to do it. Or come over here and show off my place, you'll get free food. I made the mistake a few times in my distant past now where I was like, okay, I'll get free food, we're going to go. And what a nightmare. That is actual work. That is, oh, God. I felt like gross, stupid. They're like, and I hate it because they're telling you, okay, I want you to get this shot, and I want you to do this, and I want you to have it that way. And I was just like, it's like selling your soul for $10. Like, what am I doing? Never done it again. Now I just go and do whatever. And I always tell people, yeah, you're not going to see a lot of negative. I'm very, if something happens or whatever, I'm going to tell you guys. But I'm not going to attack something or some business. If I go there, food was terrible. Service terrible. Something. The cook could have had a bad day. Something could have been wrong. I'm not looking to ruin anybody's business. You're just not going to hear about it. I'm not going to promote it. I just that footage is going to get deleted, and that's it. I'm just going to show you what's good. What do I like? You guys are going to get that, and I think it's just better all around. Because things happen. Things happen in my restaurant. People go in there. My cook, overcooked something or didn't put salt on something or whatever, and I know. And they're like, oh, that was terrible. I didn't enjoy that at all. I'm glad you tell me because we're going to fix it. And if you're there, I'm probably going to comp it, obviously. And I wish you had told somebody and then we should have been dealt with either way. But, it happens. And so I don't want to ruin somebody's business over something. They lose a bunch of business because of it. It could have been a one-time thing. Played darts at the Beaver a few days ago. It was fun. Had a burger. Still one of the best in the Philippines. Thank you very much. Thank you, Eddie. Got to try our chicken burger too, by the way. It's enormous. Way bigger than the beef burger. It's too big. It's too big. But we're famous for it, so we keep it that big. Hi from Denmark. Hey, another one. Oh, hello, Tired Viking. Well, listen, if you're tired, come to the Philippines. Hi, I'm thinking about coming to the Philippines. What if I lose my wallet, credit cards, shit out of luck? What do you recommend? Having no access to money, putting money in. Yeah, so when I came here, I had put money in different banks for that reason. So I have different cards. My phone, so like I'm Canadian, so Scotiabank, for example, I I don't need to hold my debit card to get into my account, right? You can also put a username or something instead of the PIN number, or not PIN number, the card number, so that even if they're sending you a new card in the mail or FedEx or whatever, you can still have access to your account. And then you go to transfers, there's a Western Union right in it. So I can transfer in my Scotiabank account to Western Union, and there's a billion of them in the Philippines. Come on, sending money over abroad and getting money from abroad is a very normal, standard thing here. So it's really easy to do. It doesn't matter where you are, middle of nowhere. You're going to find a Palawan or something to get that money. Get a little bit of drips of rain. It's coming down hard right now. Anyway, so you're not going to have that much trouble. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. So if you can do that, by the way. Just spread it out, put different pockets or something. If you're worried about like leaving something somewhere, I don't know. Like I've had like I put my debit card in and it got scammed. I used a shitty ATM once, and I paid that price, and it was a nightmare, and I dealt with all that stuff and everything. But like my cards are with my phone always. I just never forget my phone. If that makes sense. I don't carry a wallet, right? And then cash, I just keep it in my pocket. Money belts, I did all that. Tuck into your sock. You won't realize how safe the Philippines is until you come here. I came here with all that crap, I've been in Tondo and walking down those alleys and everything because my ex is, her family's from Tondo. And so not just to do a video, we actually had a reason. But yeah, I've been all over. Safe, such a safe place. Does things still happen? Sure, somewhere, sometime, but it's so infrequent. I got to drip somewhere. I got to get some more. I have more NEPA. I might have to get the guys to find it though. If I find the leak, I can get it fixed. It's dripping right somewhere right here. It's so infrequent too, but it's raining hard right now. The wind's blowing. Yeah, don't lose your wallet. There you go. That's true, Antique. But Antique is very low populated. Very, very low populated. Same with Aklan. Take away Boracay and Calibo. There's really low populations. But, yeah. $400 meters? Not too bad. I hope the tide is out. Yeah, the tide is right now. It's coming in. So my pleasure, my pleasure. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's just a lot less work. And there you go. Yes, don't amplify negative vibes. There's no need for that. Michael, I love that about your channel and your honest understanding, and always look at the brighter side of life. Yeah, thank you very much. Hoping to come and check out the Canadian beaver with the miss. I hope you do. And yeah, some people think it's such a negative that you're always so positive about everything. And I'm like, that's my personality. I'm sorry you don't like it. But I also didn't come here expecting Dubai. Like, I don't know. It's all tempered based on your own expectations. I vacationed Mexico, Costa Rica, not in the big cities either, like Tamarindo, those kind of places. I love to go out into the middle of nowhere in Mexico. I was crazy, I know. But I went I would just get in the vehicle and drive 12 hours each way, 24 hours of driving. And I would go in to see these little towns and everything else. I thought it was paradise. So I come here, I think it's paradise, guys. I don't need to see skyscrapers and concrete cities and everything else, and that's going to be the only thing that makes me happy. Trust me, I enjoy when I go to Eastwood and BGC. I enjoy it for the moment, for that thing. I don't want to live the city life. We're going to stay in Canada, live the city life anyway. But yeah,
I like this. This is my life, man. I got a beach behind me, a massive, beautiful beach bar down the street here. It's raining and I don't even care. It's not cold. How do you complain? If you do tacos and you're looking for an idea close to authentic taco and you're in Makati, I suggest you do certain things. Atodra Madre. Oof. All right, I'm just reading them like 3 different times now. I'm going to remember those names, but I know if I do, then when I look up those taco places, then I would find that. Because we all know, we probably don't all know, the only place to get Taco Bell is in Manila. It's terrible, I know. It's literally, okay, straight to the bathroom. Hey, TPL Traveler, Bradley Fish, thank you very much. That's like the high level. I think it's $15 a month or something. Bradley, thank you very much. Welcome. Put you at the end of the videos when I have the next video, which will be soon. I just been sick for the last few days, so live is what you're gonna get right now. But thank you very much. And tomorrow I have film. I just don't have a full video yet. And tomorrow I'll be filming. So the following day, you guys will see the video. Thank you very much, Brad. That's awesome. Anyway, Taco Bell. Yeah, it's in help me with that mall with the canal. That's like the canal in Italy, and my brain. It's what the heck? Grand Venice Canal Mall. They have a Taco Bell there. There's no Taco Bells. It's crazy. It's terrible for you. Lately, all I've been eating like cabbage soups and with some like potatoes and carrots and stuff like that. And if I need some protein, I'll put some like breakfast sausages sliced up and we put them in there. And I've been eating that a lot because you can get full and not actually, literally, not gaining anything from it. A lot of water, and it's been good. Hey, my wife's place is in Patotan. Hey, here we go. Roger, can you tell us more about your charity work? Yes, I can't wait to go back. The kids are off school right now. We have so much stuff to deliver to the schools up in the mountains. We're talking far-flung, okay? Really far. In San Joaquin, these schools that have nothing, okay? They literally have nothing because their budgets there's very few students, so they get a budget per student. And all the teachers have to be housed there. So the cost of running that school is built in with that cost. Unlike a city where they don't live at the school and the city has thousands of students and divide it, you can do much more. So we've all been helping. A lot of you subscribers have also helped buying things on Amazon wish lists and Lazada and Shopee and everything else. And we have a huge amount to deliver. And the kids are off school. And there was the elections before that. So I couldn't go during the elections because you can't just walk into a school and do these things, right? I need political help, and I have political help. And but during elections, I was a foreigner. They can't be in my videos, but I need them to be there and they help present it with me and all that. And so I can't have foreign influence on elections and everything. So I had this whole stretch where I couldn't go back there. And then the elections end and the kids are off school. So very soon they're going back to school. So I'll be going back there. We're going to be going up there and we're going to finally be delivering all those things, checking on the repairs that many of you donated money. And so we no overhead costs, like no salary, no, the money's all going to construction worker guy to do the work. He's got his daily, wages that he gets paid, yes, from the money we raised, and the materials, buying the materials, and we're going to put them in and any delivery costs. But otherwise, your money's going to good use. And we're going to do a lot. We raised, like 100,000 or 90,000 pesos, something like that. And you'd be surprised how many repairs in these schools with leaky roofs and everything. We get them new computers, but they got a hole above their computer. The rain's going to rain on the computer and destroy it. So important, right? And so that's fantastic. The surgeries, the next one is happening again in Iloilo. And the reason is you need hospitals that donate the surgery rooms. We do cleft palate surgery for children. And it gives them a new chance on life, a new lease on life, and literally changes their entire life. Okay, it saves their life, if anything. So we have videos that are in there in my thing there. Love doing the work for charities, and that's what we're doing. The one it's I'm trying to remember the name of the area. It's north of Otan and that area in Iloilo, kind of San Miguel, out that area, and. trying to remember the date. I'm sorry, offhand. And the problem is I'm trying to, now that I live here in Rojas City, I'm trying to move out of that there. Maybe Frank and Bell or Texas Filipino could take over and start doing that over in Iloilo. So I don't have to drive 9 hours round trip to go and help the kids. When there's so many kids that I can be helping here in Capiz, I've already talked to Congressman Howard. I said, okay, if you win the election, I'm coming to you because we're going to work together and I want to help kids here. And he's like, definitely, let's do it. I text him all the time now and everything. So he's on board. And I'm going to be able to do a lot of good here too. And so that's something I got coming up once I close that out. I have to finish what I started in Iloilo. Hopefully then after that, maybe Frank and Fell or Texas Filipino, somebody like that, another vlogger out there, will take up the helm and really help out a lot in Iloilo. I would like to see that. Sulu Garden Foundation, by the way, link is down in my description of my videos. Sulu Garden Foundation, 501c, proper, or whatever Philippine one is. It's a legal charity here in the Philippines of an American Filipino who fought in the U.S. military and everything. He has many patents. He's a brilliant guy. I think he has at least 3 doctorates. I don't remember everything, whatever. He invents many things that are life-saving around the world. He's doing research on malaria and everything else and trying to figure out how to kill off the mosquitoes in certain areas and do different things and save the environment. We have a lot of mountains here that have no trees and reforesting the Panay. He has one project, feeding people. He does all kinds of really good, amazing guy. Sulu Garden is a restaurant in Miagao. Go check that place out. Ask if Jonathan's around. Maybe he is. Only in the afternoon, by the way. He works New York time, so he's always up very, very late. And he has research centers around the world. He's a great guy. Philippines Heart Center. Oh, there you go. I think it's even better in St. Luke. There you go. There's so many people talk about St. Luke. I've seen the outside. I've never been inside. I've toured many hospitals, but they've never invited me. And you have to be invited, and it has to be the whole board has to approve it. It's pretty hard. But Medical City has given me tours. Metro Iloilo has given me tours. That's it. Yeah. Yeah, the only hospitals that have gotten me approved inside, yeah. It's the same with universities. You have to have all these approvals, and I've gotten approvals in some, and others, they got rejected later. Anyway, another story. It took me 2 years to leave Canada, so love it in Tarlac. Oh, yes. But let me know how to get my truck over to the Beaver to DJ. Oh, well, our DJ is booked right now, but, you can come play some music anytime you want. Have your info. Got medical from Pacific Cross. Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, there's ferries right here. We have lots of ferries from many destinations. You could go from Manila. You can go from Batangas, Batangas, if you can get to Boracay, to Cataclan, the ferry goes here. It goes here to Masbate. It goes here to Romblon. So there's a ferry system to get around. You can go all the way to Bacolod, from Cebu to Bacolod. Not to Bacolod, but I think San Carlos or something like that. There's this one that just opened recently that's really helpful. And it goes into Ahui. Yes, Ahui is another new one or something. There's all these new ones that are in. I can't keep up with them all, the names of them and everything. But yes, you can get to this island and then drive up here. So there's lots of ways here. I didn't even know that to talk about. Yeah, it's just the only one that I know about. So don't miss the rain in Vancouver and snow in Ontario. Yeah, Montreal, much warmer, but they get 10 feet of friggin' snow in Montreal. But yes, much warmer in the Philippines, definitely. Casper, it's more cost effective to ship my electronics from the Philippines with power converters or buy all new. Yeah, a lot of people. The thing is good electronics, right? Some people want to have a good computer and you want a good graphics card. You're probably not going to be able to buy that graphics card here. They're going to be honest. Like the people that want the new NVIDIA's 5070, 5080, 5090, they're not here. You might find a couple of them online with Manila. They're going to charge extra for them, and they can ship them down to you. But you're not going to find them in the stores. Today, I was going and I was trying to find a good cable. You know the OEM cables that you get with your cell phone that are really thick, right? The manufacturer, they're not manufacturers. You go to the Samsung store, the Apple store, it's all these, but they're not the actual manufacturer. They're just resellers that say Samsung, that say Huawei, that say all the different brands they're here in the Philippines. They sell the phone, you get the thick cable. You buy the OEM in the OEM box of the replacement cable. They're the tiny, thin, skinny pieces of crap. You can't get them. They say, sorry, sir, those are only with the new phones. I'm like, bullshit. That's not true. In the West, you can buy the OEM stuff. And they're like, well, this is the OEM here. And it's like, they make it so it's affordable. And I'm like, yeah, I guess, because the OEM one is like 499 pesos, 600 pesos. You can buy them for 50 pesos over here, like $1, right? But so they're charging $8. But if you get the OEMs in the West, that OEM one is probably $80 for their charger. You know, the big cube with the really fast charge. They just know that nobody's going to probably pay that here. That's what they're thinking, I'm sure. And that's why they don't sell them. So you'll get very frustrated in a lot of things. But yeah, it depends. Like, I wouldn't bring anything common here. Don't waste your time. You can buy everything here. That kind of thing, right? All the common stuff. But some good high-end stuff. My laptop is... Where did I get this? I think I got this in Florida. Yeah. And it's like many years old, but it's like state-of-the-art to this day. So, you know, it's got iCore 7, I guess. i7 is not the big deal. It's the fact that I've got this RTX NVIDIA laptop, right? So it's very fast. I don't have any problems. I can do almost anything on it. And I couldn't buy that here. I looked. All the graphics cards are poor, really poor. So it depends what you're doing. Can $200 USD rentals still be found in Ross? Oh yeah, there's lots of them. Yeah, where my office is, that's $200 a month. There are apartments in that one, and they're right across from SM. So there you go. Yeah, there's still plenty of that 7 to 12,000 peso mark. So in your budget, you'll do better at 15. You'll get like a subdivision, nice house, you know, furnished with the air conditioning everywhere, and not just in a bedroom sort of thing. And you can do a little bit more is a big difference, just so you know. It can be a big jump up. Now, really nice places, yeah, you're still getting up there. 20 to 30, 40,000 if you want your own swimming pool and multiple stories, party room, all that is 40,000. Okay, and if you're looking, I know the place right now. They just dropped the price from 70 to 40. It's not going to last. Trust me. It's a massive, beautiful house, gated, minutes to the beach, your own swimming pool, everything. Best Wi-Fi, mesh through the whole house. Like, your party room is amazing with loungers and big 70-inch TVs everywhere. And oh my God, beautiful. And that's what, $700 a month? Yeah, that's the most expensive that I know of in Rojas City, to give you an idea. Remember in the 90s, used to be a ferry from Rojas to Leyte. Yeah, there probably is. There's so many other ferries that if I haven't taken them, I probably don't know about them. Got a remote job. Yeah, it's fantastic. And now the new digital nomad is a great one, because like I have to go every 2 months and renew my visa. Real pain in the butt, right? Go Calibo. There isn't one yet here. Trust me, if you guys all move here, we're going to get an immigration. I guarantee you. I will make sure. I know the people. But the people, the pressure, I mean. So, or Iloilo. Calibo's closer, and there's almost never anybody there, so it's quick. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Anyway, so if you have the digital nomad visa, it's good for a year, and then renew again for another year. Super easy. And I believe it's like really cheap. So it's really smart to have. And it has in and out privileges. So you can go off to other countries and everything. Your visa doesn't reset and have to apply for a new one, all that stuff. I heard going to Taiwan, if you live in the Philippines, is a much better option rather than purchasing in the Philippines. Yeah. A quick trip to Hong Kong, China, Hong Kong to Taiwan to Japan. You go to Japan quick. You can go to Singapore. You can go to Korea. All of them are really close flights. Like Guam is 2-hour flight, two and a half from Manila. Speaking of charity work, I've been supporting orphanages in the Manila area for several years. And there isn't any in this area. You're going to find the orphanages to be in areas where it's more likely that children are abandoned. Here, families in provinces are quite big and networked. So when I say big, there's 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 cousins with all families and nephews. And just, it's a big network. So this person goes, I'm going to Manila to go work or whatever. I don't want a kid, whatever happens. There's someone in there that takes them on, right? Like, look, Catherine, for example, has a brother, but he's not their child, right? It's one of the cousins or whatever, and they take care of him. More likely happens in the provinces. The cities, just like happens in our cities, you become less family oriented, more disconnect. There is a lot more of that, a lot more poverty, I believe, also like true poverty, starvation type poverty, that kind of thing. Real problems. Like in the provinces, you're going to find that it's lower income, sure, but food grows everywhere. Food is everywhere, literally everywhere. It's everywhere. Explain it. Work. You can find work doing something somewhere everywhere. Like everybody, I hire people all the time, and if more people came to me, I'd be like, yeah, okay, I'll pay you to clean the beach over here. There's every business down here would do the same thing. Hey, do you have any work I can do for some money? Almost every business here would give, for sure. So that's why I think they aren't here. That's just my guess on it, why it's not as prevalent in provincial town, city type things like that, is I think the family units are quite large. Because they're farming. Uh-oh. I hope you guys still heard me even though my camera died again. Can you guys hear me? Properties. Hang on, guys. Sorry. Just getting this fixed right now. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. I think my camera just has a limit. Yeah, I think it just has a limit on how long until it overheats, because I use a DJI Action 4, my vlogging camera, because it's better than any webcam. It shoots really high quality, especially during the day. Night, not so much, because I don't have the 5, by the way. Anyway, thank you for sticking through, even though the camera goes down, guys. I just need to see it, and then I can do something about it. My daughter needs a laptop so she can do some research assignments. Yeah, so that kind of, you can get laptops cheap here, no problem. No problem. If you want a high graphics, she wants to learn AI and do a lot of AI work and stuff like that, you need graphics cards for that, really good graphics cards. And those are just not happening here. They just aren't. You can in Manila. Like I said, there is places in Manila. But, yeah. Don't go to the malls. You go to the malls, everybody's a reseller, and they all just sell, like, junk. No offense to them, but the high-quality stuff just doesn't exist in these malls. Like, I'm talking about Iloilo here, Bacolod, all that. Very rarely can you get high-quality stuff. You can get DJI. I like my DJI stuff, but for the most part, everything is downgraded. Even the best computer stores, I go in there, and the most they will have is an 8 gigabyte like graphics card. And I'm like, 8? You know, nowadays people have 64s and 32s. Like, some people have like, what is it, 64 times 2, so 128 gigabytes. And they're like, it's like way over. No. The top stuff isn't here. Hello, I'll be arriving in Rojas City with my wife Wednesday. Looking forward to coming to the Beaver. Do you recommend a local rent? Yeah, so come to the Beaver, ask them for the rental card. It's right there. They have it. So just, unless you need it from the airport, then contact me. I'll send you a photo of it. They've been great. That's who I rent all my cars. They're like, like when I get just the car, it's 1,800 pesos a day. So it's really good price. Like, what is that, $32 a day? And the cars are all new and everything. So, and then if I want SUV, it's like not much more, that kind of thing. And you can rent it one day and only. And that's the same price. Bring it to me, and we're good to go. I think somebody's trying to get a hold of me here, but I don't know if it's Catherine or. Yeah, I don't know how much longer I can go. It is pouring. And the tide's coming in. Start seeing the waves soon. Anyway, so yeah, we have everything. If you need it ahead of time, you're like, no, I want it to be waiting for me at the airport. Okay, just call me. Or, sorry, don't call me. Write me. Facebook, email, all of it's there. And I'll get that going. I'm off the air? No. No. Am I? I hope I came back. No, I'm getting your message, so. I hope I'm back. My video shows that I'm back. So I hope it's just the delay in the message. Let me check it. There you go through the commercial first, but I just want to make sure I'm back. Yeah, anyway. You guys need anything, rent out cars, rent out bikes, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just we can set you up. We'll figure it out. If I don't have it, I'll find it. Or I'll find the people that find it. You know. What's your next community service in Iloilo? Yeah, the elementary schools in San Joaquin, because we went to see them. You guys donated for them. I got to go back. So that's the next thing that it's piled up. I just got to get there. I just got to get there. It's all waiting for me. I've seen the boxes. Many fantastic. Hey, there you go. There you go. Yeah, you know what? I'm like, what happened to all those Bitcoin mining places? Like, we should have a ton of good graphics cards just floating around and we can pick up cheap. But every episode makes me feel like I'm living vicariously through you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm glad we're good. We're good. I'm going to go, though. So I just want to let you guys know. Thank you very much for joining and everything. It's almost 2 hours. And Catherine is stuck at the Beaver. It looks like she's going to have to close early because it's pouring rain. I make her walk alone and all that good stuff. And Catherine, Laura's not here, so we can be 2 different places at the same time. And yeah, everything will be okay, and I can get there. Amazon is here, by the way. Yes, there's certain things that they offer free shipping, and other things are just too enormously expensive. But any Amazon there, and the process for driver's license is pretty simple. It's just time. Go to the LTO. You have to be here 4 months. So you have to show your passport has that renewal of 2 months later. So you get through the 1 month ones, and you've got your ACR card, and your visa's been renewed for one more extension. If you're here on SRV and all that other stuff, then you're good with your ACR card. So you take that, you go there, you show them your American license, Canadian, whatever the license, and they just match it for you. They'll do this little eye test thing, hearing test, super quick, and don't worry. Anyway, and it's just paying the fee. It's pretty inexpensive. So yeah, it's really, it's not a hard thing. And if you come to Rojas City and you just want less headaches and everything, I'll help you through it. Don't worry, just come see me. Michael, do they insure or corners when they rent these in Rojas City? So there's like, you're going to get used to this in the Philippines. If you rent from Hertz and all that stuff, they want $100 a day, okay? The big companies, Avis, Hertz, whatever. And they're only in the big cities. Clark, Manila. There's very few of them. And they have real insurance. Every car in the Philippines must be insured, okay? Every car. It's insured under the owner. And they're covered. The car's covered. But there's possible extenuating, and there's also like scratches and little dings. They're gonna nail you for the scratches and little dings. They'll be like, I want 1,000 pesos, there's a scratch. I've never had it happen to me, but it's possible. And so yeah, there is like that thing, okay, that does exist, that when you're renting from other than Hertz and stuff like that, the insurance is on the car, it's there, but it's gonna be basic insurance. Don't kill somebody, be safe, that kind of stuff. But is there a chance that you're going to hit you for 5,000 pesos because you banged up the bumper and all that stuff? Sure. Yeah, it's possible. Never happened to me. Again, I've had people say, I'm not worried about scratch. They've all been pretty cool, chill about it. Kind of like their risk, renting it out, that kind of thing. But I just want you to imagine this. You contact them. You send them a copy of your driver's license front and back. They say, okay, no problem. They tell you the price for how many days, 1,800 pesos times the amount of days. They bring you the car, you pay them the cash, they hand you the keys. That's it. That's it. You drive away. They come back. They pick it up on the day you can. You'll notice a bunch of steps are missing from like official car rental companies and everything else. Risks on all the sides there, whatever, but life is simpler in the Philippines. I don't know what to say other than that. Yeah. No lengthy contracts. There's no. I've heard Rojas City Hall is moving somewhere. Yes, so Rojas is the beach area, the downtown area. There's like other areas around it, don't get me wrong. And then you have the big, modern, new Pueblo de Panay. That's where everything brand new, big, wide streets, wide sidewalks. A lot of the power lines are being underground, fancy, everything, new, modern, really nice, beautiful restaurants, like walking trails everywhere, and garbage cans and taxi services possible, and grab, and like the life that many people are looking for. And so the Capitol building is opening next year. Looks amazing already. It's unbelievable how quickly they built. It's opening in 2026. Or, yeah, 2026, 2025. And January of 2027, February of 2027, City Hall is opening there. They've already broken ground. They've got all the pillars and everything going up and everything. So that is going to follow like 6 months later. City Hall will be open there. Many things. The bus terminal is already there. The van terminal is already there. The public market's built, but they never opened it because, well, everybody's still downtown because everything's downtown. But eventually, the whole downtown Rojas is going to see a renaissance because everything's going to move to this big modern area where you're going to have a lot of room and it's going to be really great. But they are going to turn a lot of things into museums, universities, like all these buildings that you're using now that are going to be shuttered they're very old buildings, hundreds, beautiful buildings, been maintained for a very long time. And they'll become museums and university type stuff and everything. It's going to be really nice, and all that traffic's going to be gone. The traffic will be all in the new modern area where they can handle the traffic, and it's going to be nice. And when I say traffic, I go to Iloilo and I'm like, oh my God, take me back to Rojas City. But when you're here long enough, you're like get mad by 5 seconds of, not 5, 30 seconds of sitting behind a bunch of trikes. And I'm like, traffic, until I go somewhere else. I'll look into it. But yeah, I don't know much about it. I have asked other people, and that's kind of what they told me about it. So just because something's on Google Maps, though, doesn't necessarily... yeah, so it is... It's St. Joseph... Yeah, it's called New Path now. newpath.org, formerly known as that. And it is not, it's not anymore. It's called, for individuals facing behavioral and specialty health care, educational treatment, and youth support needs. It's now called New Path, and it was formerly known, I'm just Googling it now, and as of, I don't know how long ago it was, but yeah, it's called New Path, formerly St. Joseph for Orphanage, but it's not here anymore. Wow. When you Google that, by the way, you get something about something that happened in other parts, because there's other St. John's Orphanage. But yes, in Rojas City, it says it's this mental. Well, maybe not. Hang on, let me check that. Make sure that is Rojas City. Hang on. Sorry, I should. Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, so it's the one in Rojas City that is. They do help with like foster care and stuff like that. They'll provide training and support for people to be foster parents and stuff like that. But it is not an orphanage anymore, according to their own website. They just do things to help people succeed and get better. This is what I see. Anyway, so yeah, because I'm pretty sure I talked to the right people. It just didn't exist anymore anyway. Okay, guys, I do have to get going. I have to go save Catherine from the rain. And yeah, I will see you hopefully down here at the Beaver soon. Don't forget, once again, I put the link there. These are the new shirts to go with the old shirts. We still have both shirts. Rojas City. So if you're coming to Rojas City, you can get one of these at the Beaver. We have the link on it to get them online, but they're a lot more expensive online. Home of the Beaver. So there you go. It doesn't fit me because I need the next size up, but I do have them at the Beaver bigger. And hopefully, we'll see you guys soon. Thank you very much. For the people that joined as members, if you're like, what the hell is a member? It's beside the subscribe button. It's called join. You click it. I think the low one's $3.99 a month. And it helps. It goes to here. I believe the 50%? Yeah, 50% goes to YouTube, though. Keep in mind. So it's not like I got all $4 from you. I get like the $2 or $1.98 or whatever. It could be 60-40. I don't know. Something like that. It's nice to have. You know, we get like a few people doing that. It adds up. So thank you very much for the people that did join. If you don't see it, you're on an Apple device. You have to log in with a Chrome browser or some browser and go to youtube.com. I hate going in through all that. I feel bad. But you can always contact me. I can show you how to do it. But thank you very much, guys. I appreciate everything. And I appreciate you guys all joining me on this as the rain continues to pour down on me. See if we can give you a better view for the last couple minutes while this thing catches up to what I'm saying. And we'll see you guys all again very soon. Thanks for joining. You guys are all awesome. Seriously. It'd be nice to blow my nose again, too. Let's see how close I can get without turning it off. There we go. There you can see the rain. I don't know if you can see the tide, though. Oh, you can see the crabs down there if you look close. I don't know if you guys can, but a lot of crabs on the beach right now. They don't mind the rain. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna end it now. Thanks, everybody.